frankincense and myrrh have long since turned to dust. It was the best they had, and they set precedent for our giving gifts. But they only gave gifts that perish. We have an opportunity to give a living sacrifice. If giving is the test of loving, then let us give the consecration of our lives. He himself has said, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man would lay down his life for his friends." It is the heart that is given with the gift that really makes the gift worth receiving. From your friends at Doublebee's, Merry Christmas.
Quality Outdoor Products in Alexander is your metal roofing superstore. 40-year warranty colors are available at only $289 a foot. 20-year colors are $259, and Gavaloom runs $249 a foot. A variety of seconds and overruns are currently available at $1.95 a foot. Come by Quality Outdoor Products in Alexander, right next to the I-30 Speedway. Stop by the lot, call them at 501-455-0240, or check out their website, qualityoutdoor.net.
Brett Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Saturday, December 30th, Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Event Center. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. Brett Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% gear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots, his stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a nihilist porcupine. He's a bit tight. Women wanna be with them rappers, hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday.
Howdy, what's up? Welcome. We are, man, that's the first time I've been in the studio in a long time. Did you change anything in here?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
No.
Then good. Welcome into the zone. It's a terrific Tuesday. Wednesday. It's a wonderful Wednesday. That's what it is. I'm off. I'm off a day. Sorry. Thanks for being with us. I appreciate it. Wes Moore, Justin Acree, Christian Weaver. Joe Kleine will be along shortly, or so I assume. Probably collecting our barbecue lunch right now, but he'll be with us soon.
Well, he brought some great chicken sandwiches last week.
Yeah, if he brings food today, it's because he forgot that I'm back, I'm sure. So that's okay, but I'll take it however I can get it. Anyway, we got a lot of guests today, including Joe, whenever he gets in here. Clint Stoerner is going to join us at 10:30, thanks to Crain Hyundai. Playing a little catch-up today and having to move some stuff around. Clint and his wife, Lauren, welcome their second child into the family. He is #GirlDad again. So congratulations to Clint and Lauren. We are excited for them. They've got their second child. I don't know if this is it or if they're going to try to play some zone defense against 3 kids at some point. You got to think he's got to keep trying until he gets a quarterback, right? I mean, she could be the next big thing at QB, I guess, but who knows?
Yeah, he can keep trying as long as he wants, but she may put an end to that.
He can only keep trying as long as she wants. Yes, exactly. She's got to do the hard part. Pat Bradley will join us thanks to River City Flooring at 10:45. We got Coach Kelley in at 11 o'clock-ish after the Red White Report. Thank you to Big O Tires. Kevin Kelley, brought to you by the Little Rock Athletic Club. Get his thoughts on all the bowl games, which actually leads us to our question of the day, Christian, which is, which SEC team is involved in the most compelling matchup or best bowl game or whatever?
Which non-playoff game is the most intriguing?
Which non-playoff game is the most intriguing?
Well, for SEC.
For the SEC.
I'm trying to figure out how exactly to word this.
That's fine. I think you're onto something there. Michael Felder will join us 11:30. We'll ask him that question. And then Larry Betz is coming in the final hour today from Youth Home, because tomorrow night at the Busker on Main Street, the artist formerly known as South on Main, is hosting this year's Christmas Celebrity Karaoke. Can you believe we're doing Christmas karaoke already? It's true. And don't forget, on Sunday, the Buzz defends its title in the Dodgeball Santa competition. This year we have moved it. I love the location. Honestly, I'm very excited about the location. I hate that I have to miss it. I have a conflict. But you guys are going to defend the title without me, Christian, and I appreciate that.
I got the last out last year, so.
You did a great job. Did a great job. We are going to be playing at the Little Rock Tech Park parking lot. So it's across the street from the Little Rock Tech Park or the OK TV building, if you prefer, or across the street from Samantha's, if you want to look at it that way, to the south from Samantha's. And it's just basically catty corner from Brewski's. So when you're done winning or losing, you can run over to Brewski's, watch some NFL football on Sunday. It'd be great. The best game of the week, of course, is Philly and Dallas. I got a whole bunch of interesting numbers about that matchup that I think you'll find intriguing, and we'll talk about it a little bit with Clint as well. It's going to be a long shot for the Cowboys to capture the number 1 seed, but this would be a big step in the right direction. The Eagles will still be the favorites to do so if they lose this week in Dallas.
Oh, it's over if Dallas loses.
No, I'm saying even if Philly loses, it is still overwhelming that they will be the seed, the number 1 seed, because their schedule going forward is very easy, and Dallas's is very difficult. And then, of course, you get the Niners in there, too. So,
well, Philadelphia will have to go to Seattle next week after Dallas. So that'll be their toughest game remaining. After that, they should win out. Dallas would need that help from Seattle. But if Philly goes back-to-back losses, Dallas would have to run the table. Very tough schedule, like you said. Go to Buffalo, to Miami, back home against Detroit, and then the last game is the Commanders. So they should be fine there.
Maybe. I mean,
Christian's quit watching the Commanders. That's how bad it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sam Howell is second in the NFL in passing yards, and yet you don't find them worthwhile in watching?
His first interceptions, too, I think.
He's channeling Jameis Winston.
I used to have hope that maybe Eric Bieniemy would be the next guy. I'm pretty sure he's not.
Do you have enough personnel on the offensive side of the ball to win games, though?
I think we do.
Okay, then what's the problem?
Well, our offensive line does suck. I will say that.
Okay, well, that's an issue. Ask Arkansas.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of Arkansas, Rocket has blasted off. No surprise. By the way, here to 4th, today is December 6th, 2023. I am from now on calling all portal players free agents. Until the NCAA does something worthwhile in controlling what we are doing now, you have got guys who are starting quarterbacks in college football, successful starting quarterbacks on successful teams, who are well on their way to getting an opportunity to play in the NFL without moving anywhere, moving on because there was a bigger payday in it for them. That is strictly what we are doing now in many cases. I am done with this nonsense. I'm going to start calling it what it is. These are free agents. It is a free agency world, and everybody's a free agent every year. So that's what it is. I'm just going to call it what it is until they put some kind of – it is less restrictive than the professional league. It is a wide open, wild, wild west of college sports. It's really sad. There is no control. There is no opportunity, really, to make this thing a fair playing field. And we knew this was going to happen in the worst-case scenario. I just didn't think it'd be quite this obvious. So it is basically, I am a great player. I am ready to go. I will go to the highest bidder. Who's got the money?
Yeah, at least in the NFL and baseball, you have contracts. And so you don't become a free agent until that contract comes up. The contract in college football is 1 year.
Right.
And so free agency happens every single year for these players. it'll come a time where it is becoming tougher and tougher to have double and triple transfers in college football. They're not giving those waivers out like they used to. But one transfer, you're in. I mean, go ahead and go. Get that money while you can, and then figure out if that's the place you want to go. It sounds like Oklahoma's quarterback may be going to replace Bo Nix at Oregon. I heard Ohio State's quarterback. This was really, this is true, but this is the talk. He and his dad met with Coach Day and said, hey, we need to get your reassurance he's a quarterback next year, that you're not about to go in the portal and replace him. And Coach Day said, I can't guarantee you a starting job. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to let you compete just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And they left.
If that story is true,
I wouldn't want him on my team.
Yeah, it's kind of indicative of today's, world though, right? At least that's what the worst of it is. And I'm not shocked by that at all. But I mean, how many coaches are out here guaranteeing starting jobs to players? And you shouldn't be. Frankly, you got to have a standard of some sort. And to me, that's a bare minimum. Asking a guy to compete to have the job is not asking too much.
No.
It's hard, though, in football because a player, especially a quarterback, makes all the difference in the world. It's different. Like if Eric Musselman says, I'm not guaranteeing you playing time, I got 20 other guys that would be happy to take your spot on the roster, and I got 8 other guys sitting here on the bench that can play your minutes. So, I'm not worried about it. You don't have that kind of power as a coach in football anymore.
Well, now you do with the portal.
You do, but you don't. You want
to leave? We're Ohio State. We'll go find a quarterback.
But if you have but if you have a guy that wants certain things, and again, you're not only talking about playing time, you're talking about money. He's like, okay, well, look, I'm your starter. I need $750,000 or $1 million or 1.2 or 4, whatever. You got him really over a barrel. It's a tough situation. Even at the top, I mean, they're playing a different game. They have a different kind of challenge, a different set of challenges, maybe than some lower level FBS coaches do. But everybody's got their own set of deals that they didn't have to mess with before, set of problems that they didn't have to mess with before. So
yeah, just think if you were a coach with a pile of money, you're holding a lot of cards.
You are, because
you can go replace anybody, and you don't have that issue as big as somebody else. Where if a quarterback came in and said, "This is what I want to stay," you're going, "Okay, well, we want you, and we'll pay you," because we have that kind of money.
So. Have you guys read deeply into this announcement that we got from the NCAA president, old Chuck Baker?
I started, and then I read so many negative things like this, like it's not going to happen. This won't work. I just kind of quit.
They don't have the stroke to do anything about it anyway. So we'll see if they can get any kind of push on this. The president, Charlie Baker, is the NCAA president. He's proposed a revolutionary plan. This is according to a story I'm reading here. That could clear the way for schools to directly compensate athletes through an educational trust as well as name, image, and likeness deals. We talked about doing a trust years ago. It's like, okay, look, we're going to set this money aside for you if you're at school. It's a set amount, and then you can get it when you're done, or you can get it when you're 50 or whatever the age is. Membership in the new FBS, they're talking about making a new FBS subdivision too. The membership would be voluntary, but would require an investment of at least $30,000 per year into an educational trust fund for at least half of the total number of athletes. It would guarantee half the school's athletes $120,000 over 4 years of competition. Money distributed by the university would be subject to Title IX requirements, meaning half would go to female athletes. In addition to compensation delivered through a trust, schools could then sign additional NIL deals to augment compensation. So you can go out and get deals done to then pay the kids. So this is semi-collective and sort of not, but kind of similar. And it's also in some ways kind of revenue sharing, but not exactly, because they're not getting a percentage or a piece. They're just getting a flat rate. And then at what point does $30,000 become not enough? It won't take long. Yeah, they're opening up the can of worms they don't want to open, I don't think. Anyway, let's talk about actual sports.
Well, $30,000 wouldn't be enough for some players today.
Well, a lot of the top players will get a lot more than that. Yeah, that would be a pittance, obviously, and many of them are already. The question of the day today is which SEC matchup outside of the obvious one with Alabama, Michigan.
Which non-playoff SEC bowl game is the most compelling?
All right, and give me the options.
Our options are Ohio State, Missouri.
Yes, very good game. By the way, our buddy Josh Neighbors is going to that.
Missouri's favored in that game now.
I saw that. Must be a lot of Ohio State departures.
Oh, have you seen their portal?
You mean their list of free agents? No.
Yes. It's probably 10 deep.
Okay.
with their, a 5-star receiver and that quarterback.
Well, they're also going to have quite a few guys probably
Go to the NFL.
Well, Harrison's not going to play in a bowl game.
No.
Yeah.
He has no reason to.
It'll be a shell of a team.
Georgia, Florida State, Ole
Okay.
Miss, Penn State, Tennessee, Iowa are your choices.
Okay.
I think the easy answer is the Georgia-Florida State game, just because of
Yeah, implications.
Yeah. I'm excited for Ohio State, Penn State. I think that should be a really good game.
Ohio State.
I mean, Ole Miss, Penn State.
I think Ole Miss Penn State's a very good one. I don't understand why Ole Miss is an underdog.
I don't either.
That doesn't make any sense unless there's some departures from Ole Miss that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
Is Judkins eligible? He didn't have a great year, did he?
No.
When
He had injury issues too, though, right?
I think he was second team All SEC.
Was
Didn't
he?
that come out yesterday?
Okay. Then he's
Coaches?
probably gone.
Okay. Well, there you go. Maybe that's it. If he's going to the pros, I wouldn't imagine he's going to play in this game.
Was he a sophomore? Or a
Redshirt sophomore, maybe?
I thought maybe
Yeah, he was a
the
true
same
freshman
year as
last.
Rocket.
Was he true
Okay.
freshman last year? He was a
okay.
freshman. I don't know if he was a true freshman. Georgia, Florida State. I'm not sure that's going to be that great. I got to see again. It's going to depend on departures.
Mm-hmm.
Who's playing for Georgia?
And what was it? One of the top players for Florida State's already said yesterday he's not playing.
Well, we were talking about Coleman. Yeah,
Yeah.
the wide receiver who's a stud, transferred in from Michigan State.
Yeah.
Is Bowers going to play?
Surely not, no.
What about Beck, the quarterback? Is he a senior? What year is he?
He's a junior. He's draft eligible.
Okay. Surely he's come back, right?
On one of the games, I guess it was the SEC game, they were talking about his draft stock, how it's been going up.
No way I would draft him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. But I'm not an NFL GM. So.
What are these other? Okay, give me the. Who's LSU playing in their game?
Wisconsin. And
No
that's
Jake
another
Daniels, you would think.
Got to figure out who's playing, who's not for LSU.
Auburn is playing. Auburn's got an interesting game in the Music City.
Who they got?
I don't know. That's what I can't remember. I got to look through these again because I've got the list
Maryland.
here. Okay, Maryland. I like Auburn's chances there.
Do you?
I need to talk to the Pigskin.
Maryland put up some points this year.
Kentucky's got whom?
Kentucky has Clemson.
Okay, they're about a 7-point dog, I think.
Yep.
And A&M's playing.
Oklahoma State and Texas Bowl.
Who do we like there?
Man, think of the coaching changes.
It's hard not to
Jimbo, no Petrino.
Hard not to like Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah, and A&M's favored by 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
And all the departures at A&M, have you seen all their departures, all those 5-star guys?
Yeah. I wonder how much Oklahoma State's going to have there.
Gambling's going to be hard.
It's
in the
good.
bowl
It is.
game.
I mean, it really is. Like you better outside of the playoff games. These are really tough. You
Got to
better
watch the pregame show to find out who all's leaving, who's playing, who's not, and then try to squeeze in the bet real quick.
If Ole Miss and Penn State are playing close to full strength, I think that's going to be a really, really good game.
I agree.
I still don't get the Penn State favorite thing.
Judkins is a true sophomore. He had 378 yards this year.
He is not second team All
No,
SEC.
it must have been somebody else from
He had
Ole
some
Miss.
injury issues like Rocket did. How upset are you about Rocket leaving? I'm honestly not that worried about it.
Honestly, didn't blink when I saw it.
Yeah,
Because I felt like he
It was expected
transferred
as well.
about four weeks ago.
I expect him to become a free agent at the end of the season. I really did. And then I also was excited about Dominion and Augusta. I got to think about that still.
And then they got 2 freshmen coming in, and they're going to hit the portal and find a running back and bring somebody else in.
Yep.
I'm not concerned at all.
Yep.
I think, assuming Jimmy Smith stays as running back coach,
Yeah.
it's like we're set there.
Yeah.
We don't have any problems there.
I saw somebody was asking online today, if you were wagering, who do you think is the starting quarterback next year?
Like a grad transfer or Criswell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I was wagering, I'd put my money on Criswell.
Okay.
I think I'd go transfer.
Okay.
I don't think the transfer can beat him out. I don't
Maybe
even know
so.
who it is. I'm high on Criswell.
Well, you're also reasonable
Biased.
knowing that Arkansas is probably not going to get one of the top 5 free agent quarterbacks.
No, they spent their money on a quarterback last year, and I think they learned from that mistake, and they're not going to spend that kind of money on a quarterback. They've got other priorities, offensive line, wide receiver. They want to get a go-to wide receiver.
Save that for a question of the day down the road, Christian, because that'll be one that people will be interested in. And I guess once the roster's set, it'll be more fun to do it once we know who's available. But, yeah, I'd be curious to see who they how much do you want to spend on a free agent quarterback?
They need a capologist or somebody to,
I'm sure there's somebody who is a de facto
yeah.
accounting for the money. It's like, okay, well, we have $60,000 for a tight end. This is the world we live in.
No doubt.
It sucks. Anyway, let's run through some calls here. Yep, go ahead.
Malik Chavis or Chavis, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
He's in the portal.
Okay.
Just news.
Interesting.
You would have some fun.
Will, you've been talking for like 30 seconds, I think, and nobody caught it. Start over. Hi, Will. Welcome to the zone. How are you?
Justin, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Christian, you, and Wes as well.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Doing good. All right, I'm going to start out with Wes here, and let's work our way around, and let's have some fun. Because y'all are all over it, man, right here. I mean, y'all literally, I love talking about the recruiting and the guys that are the best and all that good stuff, which you got to talk about. So, let's start with Wes. Wes, what in the world?
Dang.
Just getting into it, man.
And he hung up. JW?
Well, let's start with the worst then. So, I'm just kidding. So here, man, I got some questions. All right, first question is KJ gone or not?
We don't know.
We don't think.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to be here next year.
It's
All right.
kind of like
My
Rocket.
question
As soon as if we hear he's gone, I will not be surprised. I'll be surprised if I hear I'm coming back.
I'd be way more surprised if he came back.
Yes.
And again, I think he's probably up there testing the free agent market right now. And if the money's not right, he'll return to Arkansas.
And look at all the other quarterbacks that are out there.
Yep.
You talk about free agency pool. You know, a couple of weeks ago when it was like, KJ was going to enter the pool, you're like, he may be one of the more attractive quarterbacks. Now you look at all these other quarterbacks and you're like, pecking order, where does he fit in?
All right, so my question is okay, I'm not really y'all were talking about Rocket, so I brought it up. My first thing is with Rocket is the number one really rusher on this team was a kid that hardly got to play towards the end of the season, Augusta. He's got 5.8 carries. If you look at the yards that he has, over 200 yards with like less than a quarter of carries, guys, y'all really need to pay attention to that stat. That dude's a killer. My question is, with this NIL stuff, okay, like Brock Purdy making $800,000 for his contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that the NFL is going to end up start changing their draft, like the first contract that comes in? Because the kid's saying, I'm making $800,000, I could stay in college and make more money.
Well,
Do you see the guys in the NFL saying, hey, these kids are making more than us. What's going on here?
Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant.
That's not the point. The point, I think you're making a great point, JW. I think that's very interesting. It will be curious. I'll be curious to see if the NFL responds in some way.
Was Purdy? Did he have any more time in college, or he had no choice?
No, he was 100.
So it wouldn't affect Purdy. He couldn't have gone back and gotten $1 million from.
But JW,
Iowa State.
Yeah, let's not argue with JW. He's making an interesting point.
Yeah.
Will the NFL respond with a guy who's, let's say, a third-round draft choice or a fourth-round draft choice who could become an NFL quarterback but could make more to stay in college? Do they adjust? And we're talking about a limited number of people here, but it is interesting. It's an interesting point, JW, because KJ is the perfect example. He's a guy that will get paid more to play college football next year than he would even if he got drafted in the 5th round.
I'm fixing to ask you a question. I'm going to hang up. And this is not a poke at KJ or how dumb he is or anything of that sort. I just know, listening to Petrino and the way he talked about Ryan Mallett and the way he ran Tyler Wilson, that they can look off 2 or 3 plays, know the defense like instantly, knew what to do without being told. Do you think KJ's smart enough to do this? And does he know that he has to be that smart to play here, or he needs to go somewhere like Auburn where they just running up the middle? And I want to get your thoughts on that. Thanks.
Okay, first of all, running Hugh Freeze's offense ain't as simple as you're making it out to be. Secondly, the difference between KJ and Mallett and Wilson is that Mallett and Wilson were coached by Bobby Petrino. I think Bobby Petrino could make a guy like KJ a very effective quarterback.
Yeah, that's the job of the coach.
Yeah, I don't have any doubt in my mind at all.
Teach you the offense and the progressions. And
that was a very strange ending to that call, but you're off to an interesting point at the beginning. Larry, welcome. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. It is great to have you back, Justin.
Thank you.
It's great to talk to y'all. So I got a couple of things. Number one, I had not called in because I was waiting to have something else to talk about, but I don't know what y'all's feelings are on this, but guys, Florida State should be in the playoffs. Number one,
They are a conference undefeated champion. So the team that should have been left out is Texas, because Alabama, they had one loss. They beat the number one team. That automatically bumps them up above Texas, even though Texas beat them head to head. And Texas beat them early in the year. So it should have been Florida State, number 3, and then Alabama. So, but how is, with the logic of the playoff committee saying, because they have a second, their first string quarterback is now down and can't play in this bowl, how is that any different than these guys going out before the bowl game and not playing in the bowl game, whether it be sitting out, transfer, or whatever? And then also, who's to say just because that they are in this 14, what's to say one of these the guys that are projected to be like number 1, number 2, really high up, what's to say that they're going to play? So I don't take that logic in their saying Florida State didn't deserve to be there, because they earned it on the field all year long. So I'm going to leave it with that, guys.
Larry, thank you for the call. Appreciate it. First of all, until there's a high-profile player sitting out a playoff game, there's no point in having the discussion. You're talking about apples and oranges, so let's not even go there. It doesn't make any sense right now. But it wouldn't shock me if it happens at some point. It's like, well, I've done enough. I got my NFL ticket punched. I'm not going to risk an injury. I'm done. Wouldn't shock me. Hate to see it happen. It'd be kind of gross. But let's be honest, would it shock any of us if it happened at some point? Probably not. Kind of sad. But it hasn't happened yet, so that's the difference. So that's the point. What was his first point? Oh, Florida State.
Yeah.
I mean,
proof is in the pudding. We saw 2 games without the quarterback.
No. He's right. Florida State should be in the playoff.
No. He was talking about if another quarterback or somebody left, you've got to take a giant leap of faith. What would that team look like without that player? Well, we already know what Florida State looks like without that player.
They look like a dominant defensive team with an offense that isn't very good.
Yeah, that would not challenge in a playoff game.
We assume.
Yeah,
a lot. You're giving a few weeks to the backup, though. We haven't seen enough of the backup to know if he's good or not. Florida, listen, his point is Florida State belongs in the playoff. They do.
Yeah.
I think his logic on the Texas-Alabama question is completely flawed. Absolutely. I don't care if it's in Week 2 or Week 12. Alabama deserves to be left at home instead of Texas because Texas beat them.
Texas beat them, yeah.
And I realize Alabama, again, I mean, look, whatever. I've said forever it's too exclusive to I mean, this is an argument I've had with Barrett Salee 100 times. It's too exclusive. There's no other sport in the world where it's this exclusive, where you don't even get a chance to play. If we're going to do that, like if you did in college basketball, you just take the top, 16 teams and say, okay, we're going to play the championship off.
Yeah, and that was thrown out there. There's a proposal out there that the conference champions of some of these smaller schools do not automatically get a bid into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
That's all about RPI and basically earning your way in.
Yeah.
And so you could win your conference like a Florida State in basketball and not get into March Madness. That's insane.
I never understood the football exclusivity. All it's doing, and again, yes, it makes it harder on the college athlete, but because you're having to play extra games, but nobody complains about that at the lower levels with way less in the way of resources. You know? Think about it. I mean, you're playing an 11-game schedule, next year a 12-game schedule at the FCS level, and you could have to play up to 5 playoff games to win a national title. I think it is 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the numbers there versus what you get. And plus, they don't have the depth.
Yeah,
they don't have the scholarships at the same level.
No. Well, they were playing with fire when you have a Power 5 conference, 5 big conferences, and 4 spots.
Right.
They were lucky this didn't happen until this year.
Sure. But let's be honest. In every single year, forever and ever, if you're an undefeated team, you should be in. And frankly, if you're a conference champion, you should be in. You should have a chance at a national championship. You should.
Yeah.
You should be able to play for that. The fact that there's no pathway is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Luckily, this is the last year that's going to happen. I will never, ever entertain anybody crying about 13 not getting in. I'm sorry, I won't.
What if it's Arkansas?
I won't. It sucks.
Didn't deserve to be in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 13, come on.
Actually, probably 12th. And then the non-Power 5 or the non-Group of 5. The highest seed will get in.
This is the only way Arkansas was ever going to get in was if they expanded to 12. You got a shot now.
We talked about it all Monday. Who were you for?
This year?
Yeah. Who would you have put in?
I mean, I don't know that I would have done anything different, but if I was going to do it, I would have put Florida State in ahead of Alabama, not ahead of Texas.
I would have done the same.
Now, if I'm picking the top, if I think like I'm going to war, my life depends on it. If I'm picking the top 4 teams in America right now, I'm taking Michigan, I'm taking Georgia, I'm taking Alabama, and then I'll figure out another one. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe
Washington,
maybe not. Yeah.
That was the flaw that we figured out Monday. They kept saying they took the 4 best. That's why Florida State was left out.
Right.
Well, you didn't.
You're right.
Because Georgia should have been in there.
100%. No doubt in mine. No doubt in anybody's mind, I don't think. Will, what's up?
All right, so now we opened up another can. There's always one team that seems to get left out, and Washington is legit. I mean, they're legit. They're a good team. But I got to go back to starting out with Wes on this past weekend game. Justin, you were off or whatever, so I didn't really get to hear who you were going for or who you put money on. But what in the world? Those 2 teams are basically evenly matched, except for, in my opinion, wide receivers and quarterback. Would y'all agree with that?
Which teams you? What's wrong with his phone?
I don't think it's him. Maybe us.
It's not? Well, the other callers didn't do that. We just took
We had 2 callers drop. I don't know.
That was Will.
I think
that was the same guy.
Oh, really? Yeah, it must be him.
Yeah.
Okay.
What game was he talking about?
He was talking about Alabama, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what else he was talking about there. I don't know. He was kind of getting to his point. Well, you have to try us back. Maybe try to borrow somebody's phone.
Dang, that was a fast segment.
Yeah. I could have done that in 10 minutes. We got Clint Stoerner on the other side, so let's get to it. We'll be right back.
Coach Matt Zimmerman joins Randy and Rick on Drive Time Sports each week to talk all things college hoops, courtesy of the DHR Group of Sonic Drive-Ins.
This is Sports Center.
Some fun results last night in the top 25 in college basketball. North Carolina fell to UConn 87-76. Cam Spencer had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. In another top 25 matchup, number 20 Illinois takes down number 11 Florida Atlantic 98-89. Also, an upset in the top 25 as Grand Canyon knocks off number 25 San Diego State 79-73. In college football news, offensive coordinator Colin Kleine will be going from Kansas State to Texas A&M to take on the same position for head coach Mike Elko. It was also announced that Razorbacks running back Raheem Rocket Sanders will be entering the transfer portal. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Your home for Dallas Cowboys football is 103.7 The Buzz. Presented by Beachwood Pinnacle Hotels. America's team on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Rock Resurrection Tour, starring Skillet and Theory of a Dead Man. Friday, December 8th, Simmons Bank Arena. Same night, same stage. With special guest Saint Asonia. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Skillet. Theory of a Dead Man. Together live.
Hey, it's Howie at Robert Owen Jewelers, and I've got great gift ideas for anybody's budget, like diamond cross pendants starting at only $99. Free financing, bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Owen Jewelers, 5 locations or online at rijewelers.com.
What's good, y'all? Clint Stoerner here for Low T Center. Fellas, when it comes to your health, every man should know his testosterone number. What's that mean? It's simple. You need to schedule an appointment at Low T Center immediately. It's quick, it's easy. Hell, it's only $25. Walk in, take a simple blood test, get the results in about 25 minutes. So if you've been feeling tired and grumpy, sensing a lack of motivation and drive, dealing with high cholesterol, noticing stubborn weight gain and or loss of muscle mass, it's on you, fellas. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Razorback legend Darren McFadden joins Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz each week this football season to give his insights on what's happening in the world of football. DMAC is brought to you by Oak Lawn Sports and Rideout Lumber.
River Valley Tractor, your leading Kubota dealer of Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor is closer than you think. A company that cares for you is right around the corner. RiverValleyTractor.com. With 5 great locations to better serve you, visit River Valley Tractor in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, or Pine Bluff today, or find them at RiverValleyTractor.com. Work smarter, not harder with River Valley Tractor. RiverValleyTractor.com. closer than you think.
Welcome back to the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, home of the Zone on the Buzz Radio Network. Listen to your favorite radio station on the Buzz app or online at 1037thebuzz.com.
We just talked about the bowl schedule, some great games to bet on. Now's the time to download the Oaklawn Sports app. Easier than ever to put money in, and better yet, to take money out. That's the funnest part, winning a little money and taking it out and having it right in your bank account. Also, racing season is here. We are 2 days away. We'll be at Oaklawn doing the Zone Friday. Come out and see us for opening day. Be sure to have your Oaklawn Anywhere app ready to go. Put some money in that thing because we got a lot of great races coming up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The racing season is here. And make your reservations. Go to oaklawn.com, get your tickets, reservations for the restaurants, reservations for the hotel. It's all happening now at Oaklawn in Hot Springs.
Stoerner, play action, looking, pumps, throws down the middle. Touchdown, Arkansas! Oh, my!
Clint Stoerner is brought to you by Crain Hyundai of Conway.
Stoerner throws, caught. Emmanuel Smith breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Visit them in Conway today or check out ChrisCrainHyundai.com.
Play fake, Stoerner steps out of trouble. Wow. To a wide open receiver. It's Cobb towards the end zone. Touchdown!
All right. Papa's got a brand new bag, or brand new kid in this case. Clint Stoerner joining us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Clint, let me start with a congratulations, and thanks for making a little time for us today. I'm sure you're quite busy and sleep deprived. How are you?
Man, I'm good, Justin. The baby's healthy. Mama's walking a little with a little less limp today, and man, everything is good, bro. Everything was great. We couldn't ask for a more smooth, more healthy process over the last 4 or 5 days, man. It's been great.
Hashtag girl dad. How you feeling about this?
Ooh. Man, I tell you what, when I first kicked off with the last one 2 years ago, I wasn't real sure exactly what I was going to feel. But I tell you, man, if anybody needed a baby girl or two to soften their heart a little bit, it was me and old Mama Hog. There ain't no question about it. So, I mean, it was well needed. My life is significantly better on a personal level, and boy, with the baby girls, man, it's a different love, man. It's a different vulnerability than a man like me has ever experienced. So I avoided it for about 43 years, got married, and thought that was the most vulnerable you'll ever be. And then all of a sudden, boy, you have 2 baby girls, and you're just, hell, it's just put your heart on the table and hope they don't hit it with that fork, man.
That's one way to put it out. So,
the only reason she threw a fork at me 3 times this morning. My older one did. So,
that happens. I'm sure you had it coming.
It's going well.
So the discussion around here was, I would not bring this up to Lauren anytime soon. You can keep trying for a quarterback, or are you guys good with 2?
Oh yeah. Look, I mean, I'm at the 1 year mark. My hip flexors are going to be sore, brother. I'm in now. If she's in, that's a different story. We'll wait and see when that rolls around. So, but if it's up to, I tell you, I always was real tough guy about it. Was like, nah, we're gonna have as many as I want. We're gonna have 5 of them. And then when I saw what a woman goes through for one, I said, baby, it's totally up to you. Whatever you want to do moving forward. So I've softened a bit there, but I damn sure want to try for another one, and I'd be lying if I told you I wouldn't love to have a little boy to slap around a little bit.
Yeah, well, I will say this: you have a couple more girls, you're gonna run out of shotguns, buddy. That's all I know.
And money.
when they all get to the dating age, and there is no hand-me-downs in the girls department. You get 4 boys, no big deal. But
point,
yeah,
I hope they wait as long as I did to get married. I hate to wish that on somebody, but boy, that's I mean, them weddings are gonna get awfully expensive when that time comes around with them as close as I've got them right now. So.
Yeah.
I'm either going to have to work till I'm 80 or hit the lottery, or maybe I'll be dead and gone by then. But that's the days I'm worried about.
Well, the best thing for you is if they just gap them out at least. That would be the biggest thing. So you don't need back-to-backs. Or maybe you can chalk a couple of them into doing a wedding together. That would be great too. So anyway,
great idea. Yeah, well, I'm gonna start setting that. In place here pretty quick.
Just a thought.
Plant that seed.
Yep. All right, well, let's talk about some football, and we don't normally do this, but, I guess we can start with college. It's okay. Did the committee get it right? Are you okay with the 4 that they end up with?
Yeah, man, I think they nailed it. I mean, we can argue about whether Bama deserves to be above Texas or Texas deserves to be above Bama, the head-to-head versus beating number 1 in the country in the championship game versus having a layup in the championship game. You know, we can get off in the weeds on all that, but I think ultimately, I think you got your 4 best football teams. And look, I'm typically sure, I would like to have the best 4 football teams in the college ball playoffs. I would hope it would work out that way. The problem is a lot of times you've got to forgive losses that were unacceptable. For instance, the first college football playoffs, I believe it was the first, maybe the second, Ezekiel Elliott and those boys at Ohio State won the thing, but they lost at home to a team that ended up 500, Virginia Tech. I think the coach got fired fairly soon after that. I mean, it was one of those where it was like, man, how do you just forgive that? But they are one of the best teams, so I think it's a fine line that you walk, guys. This year, obviously, was Florida State, undefeated, conference champion. But if you watch Florida State's last 2 football games, you're just – I don't care how good the defense is. I think Jordan Travis had one of the best supporting casts in all of college football. But you watch those last 2 games when Jordan Travis went down, that was not – with those 2 quarterbacks in the game, that was not one of 4 top teams in America. And I it's tough. I hate it, but I'm for what the committee decided to do and leave Florida State out in this instance.
If you're really going for the 4 best, though, why isn't Georgia in there? Because, you know, you only had a couple of teams with 1 loss, and they lost, Georgia did, to a playoff team.
Well, I mean, I think that's a hell of an argument. I really do. But at the end of the day, the later the losses in the season, the more detrimental they are to you get in the college football playoff. You lose that game, week 2, you lose that game early on, similar to what Alabama did with Texas, then it's forgivable and you got time to climb. But Georgia, having lost in a championship game, with the rest of the top 5 or top 6 unfolding the way it did, I just don't see how you put a team that lost a college their conference championship game, you turn around and put them in over the other one-loss teams that had very impressive resumes. The thing is, if you butt Georgia's resume up against one, I think they're living, and I'm for this now. I'm not complaining about it. I'm for it, but I think they're living in terms of them being one of the top 4 teams in America. I think that's strongly weighted towards the last 2 years. And don't get me wrong, they're a really good football team, but they're not as dominant as they were 2 years ago. Or last year, if we're being completely honest, with Stetson Bennett running wrecking shop when in the big games. I mean, so you look at it and you go, how much of that is the late loss? How much of it are they living off of the last 2 years? Are they really, really convincingly? They would have to be over the top convincing that they're one of the best 4 teams in the country. And I think the way Texas was playing late, along with their resume, is they deserve to get in. And you look, if you butt Georgia's resume, their 2 wins were their biggest 2 wins were Ole Miss and Missouri. And no disrespect to either one of those teams, but nationally and in a college ball playoff committee, those two wins aren't going to carry a lot of weight, relatively speaking. Mm-hmm. When Texas has got an Alabama on there, and some of the Florida State had an LSU and a Clemson on there. I know Clemson was garbage this year, but they're still a brand. So I don't know. I don't think it's as convincing, Justin, as a lot of people will lead you to believe with Georgia. I think it's easy to go there, and I'm guilty of it, but I don't think it was convincing enough to lose your championship game and get in.
Yeah, and Florida State did. I mean, look, you can't – playing close games doesn't necessarily negatively affect you in the big scheme of things, but Florida State did have a couple of escapes this year with the Clemson game, and they could have lost that 10 different ways. They escaped Boston College, a not good Boston College team this year earlier too. So, anyway, what do you think about the games real quick? Because I do want to ask you about the NFL. In the playoff games, what do you think? Who do you like in the 2 matchups?
Golly, what do we have? Alabama, Texas.
Alabama, Michigan.
Alabama, Michigan, and Texas, Washington. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal for me, Justin. With that is I was kind of looking at this thing from as a fan. What would we like to see? I was hoping that Texas would be 4, and then because the Washington Texas game is liable to be a 50 to 40, 50-something to 40-something game.
Yeah.
Maybe if Texas defense is as good as people think it is, then that's not the case. But I was hoping to get a Washington out of the way early on. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, because styles make fights, and you're right. It would have been better to have the other matchups. You're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I would rather Michigan and Washington get the hell out of the way. And then, let the other two get it on is ultimately what I would like to see.
Yeah, how about a Texas-Alabama rematch? That would be interesting.
That would be a hell of a game. Now, I mean, look, I'm over. I know I'm just not sold on Michigan, man. I'm not, as everybody knows, I'm not a big fan of the Big Ten football anyway. You look at how they now we're talking about them in a 4-team playoff conversation, not just with everybody else in the country. I love J.J. McCarthy. I thought he was going to have a Heisman year, and boy, was I ever wrong. So I'm not overly sold on Michigan. Look, here's what I think. I think right now, if you look at the 4 teams, that are in there, Michigan and Washington are the 2 that I'm not convinced are as good as the other 2.
Okay, I disagree. I think they've got the best run game of the 4. And I think they got a very adequate quarterback, and they've got maybe the best defense. So we'll see. Michigan, we're talking about.
Yeah. No, look, I don't disagree. They've been really, really good to this point. I think for me, when I watch, where I really struggle with the Big Ten this year, guys, is pick a game, any game. That you watch one quarter of football, regardless of who you're rooting for. Watch one quarter of football, and the lack of speed, twitch, explosiveness is glaring. I mean, I watched the Ohio State-Michigan game, and I watched it, and I tried to talk myself out of it. Like, nah, you just don't like the Big Ten. You should just watch it. And I'm telling you, yes, powerful, good defense, discipline, good run game, downhill run game, but man, physical, yes, but man, there is no twitch, there's no speed. There's no explosion. And I just think when you throw Jalen Milroe out there, as he does against damn near anybody in the country, it's going to jump off the screen. You throw those receivers for Washington out there, it's going to jump off the screen. You throw Worthy and either one of those 2 tailbacks they've got at Texas, it's going to jump off the screen, man. And I just don't think they have that guy. That's why I'm low on Michigan this year. I'm down on Michigan this year.
Okay, all right. Last thing, Cowboys-Eagles, Sunday. Got a bunch of numbers here. Eagles have lost 5 straight in Dallas going back to 2017.
Didn't realize that.
And Dak is 5-1 in Dallas against them. His lone loss was that loss in 2017 at home to Philly. So obviously an opportunity for Dallas to keep Philly on a bit of a down streak. They haven't had a 3-loss run here in a while. And a huge step forward for Dallas potentially. And maybe playing for seeding a little bit, but they got a long road to get to number 1. But anyway, what do you think this Sunday?
Look, Wes, I was really primed to lean into the Eagles in this ball game, man. I was right there. I thought, the Cowboys go out there, give up a boatload of points. The Eagles are going to go in there, and they're going to 4-minute offense them for 4 quarters and just really squeeze the hell out of them, suffocate them, not allow them to score points, really dominate the clock, and play that old school football. And then I saw what San Francisco did in Philly, and there's just no way that I could take Philly at this point in time. Now, there's clearly somebody knew something that I didn't know. You guys will know this because with the Oakland Anywhere stuff. What was the line at San Francisco at Philly?
San Fran was favored by 3.
San Fran went into Philly, a 10-1 football team, I think at the time, and they were favored.
Yeah.
Somebody knows something that we don't know, Wes.
That's exactly why I didn't bet it.
I don't know if that shook you a little bit, but
yeah,
that shook the hell out of me.
No, we talked about it last week and didn't make any sense, and that's why I stayed away from it.
Well, and then doesn't it, they go in there and they prove that Vegas is right more than you and I, or knows more than you and I do. So I say all that to say, man, I really like what Dak and Mike McCarthy have going on. Late in that ball game last week, and I mean, I don't know, I hadn't watched enough Cowboy football, like the all-22 film and everything, to really deep dive into them. But I know what I saw late in that ball game last week with that offensive line mauling folks. You take that O-line in there with that mentality, with Dak spinning the way he is, with Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson and them boys, they're going to be, with him and Mike McCarthy. I always say this, man, when you got an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, I don't care what your system is, but when your offensive coordinator and your quarterback are seeing the game through the same lens, both from a game plan perspective and an in-the-moment perspective, it doesn't matter what kind of offense you're running. That is a powerful powerful being, man, and the Cowboys are there right now. So I'd jump all over the Cowboys in this one, actually.
All right, 3.5 is the line at Oaklawn. We got to run. Clint, I appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you. Congrats again. We'll talk to you Friday.
All right, boys. Y'all be good, man. And as always, go home.
All right, very good.
See ya.
Jump back, Jack. See you later, alligator.
Is your heating system ready for winter? Middleton Heat and Air is here to keep your family safe and warm through even the coldest Arkansas winter. Schedule a safety check for your system before it gets cold. Our experts also offer free estimates on replacements with no overtime rates from 8 to 8, even on weekends. See why we're the most trusted name for HVAC in the state. Call Middleton today at 501-767-2345.
Roger, did you know that Oaklawn Sports is the mobile app that lets you bet anywhere in Arkansas?
Anywhere, so I can bet the over when I'm in Dover.
Indeed you can.
I can take the underdog in Dogtown.
Absolutely.
You're telling me I can bet on the pigskin in Piggott?
Yep.
Hoops in Humnoke, baseball in Bauxite, long shots in Lavaca?
All of the above.
Anywhere, huh?
Anywhere.
Nice.
Easy to use and even easier to fund. Bet with confidence. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Did you know that in addition to being your home for heavy-duty diesel repair, we are also medium-duty specialists? Ford, Chevy, Dodge, service trucks to delivery vehicles, suspensions and after-treatment systems to engine repair. Don't pay high dealership prices with long wait times. Let Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer keep your heavy and medium-duty vehicles on the road doing their job. Take Exit 7 on I-440, 501-568-2185.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories.
661-1037, got a minute or so, a couple minutes here to take some calls if you want to get in before the top of the hour. The Gangster Museum of America and Hattery live fan feedback available through our Listen Live button. And see what we got on there.
Oh, we got about 40.
People like weighing in on these things, huh?
Yeah.
Mickey says, why do I care about that? It's interesting. Weird question. I'm going to move on here. Ricky says, guys, it's just sad what's going on in the portal stuff. Rick had a good point this morning with Baz. Also, keep neighbors. What is it? What are we doing here? Okay, you know what? I'm done.
You mean go?
God, these guys. I'm going to start pre-reading all these. Can we just get, like, normal stuff?
Southern Structural Solutions text line. Michigan has looked good against garbage non-conference schedule and a garbage Big Ten schedule. Who really knows how good they are, actually? That's from the 501.
I don't think that's fair.
They had two good games. Penn State, Michigan, or Ohio State.
Well, they beat Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, they got a great defense, but the offense is garbage.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know who was on their non-conference. I know their schedule wasn't particularly strong.
I pulled up college football stats for the best defense because when you said you like Michigan, think they have the best defense in the Final Four, and I was like, what about Alabama? Stats-wise, Michigan's the lowest or best defense in the country as far as points per game.
Yeah.
But then it's Ohio State, Penn State, Iowa. What's that say about the Big Ten offenses?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are they playing against bad offenses, or are they really good good defensively?
Yeah.
10:58. Back in a second.
Great news. Stocking stuffers at Bell & Sword in Conway. Hi, this is Joseph Pena of the Arkansas basketball team. Are you shopping for Christmas gifts? Bell & Sword has everything for men. Athleisure from Vori, PJ and hoodies from Sags, Cologne, Basque, Efog. Clothing, Peter Millar and Johnny L. Quality, Martin Dingman. Leather goods and shoes. Expert staff with free gift wrapping. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street on Facebook and Instagram.
Registration is now open for the 2023 Dodgeball Santa Dodgeball Tournament, December 10th on Main Street in downtown Little Rock. Get your team together and get ready to compete for the Giant Wrench. Go to dodgeballsanta.com for more information.
You know, I wish that I had Corky's Q. I wish that I had Corky's Q. No better value for your buck. Corky's Barbecue.
Fence Brokers presents Razorback Graffiti every Monday morning. Call Morning Mayhem and let them know how you feel about how they did. One sentence and one sentence only.
This is Chuck Barrett inviting you to listen to me call the Hogs on 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
The two children who died in a Sunday morning shooting have been identified by Little Rock police as 13-year-old Dante Gurley and 14-year-old Naqualo Smith. Both were shot after midnight Sunday outside a home on West 22nd Street. Both boys died at the scene. Right now, no information this morning on a suspect, but the investigation is active. If you know anything about what happened to these two children, you're asked to call Little Rock police. And we now know the identity of the person who died in a hit-and-run collision Monday night in Little Rock. 66-year-old Mark Benfeld died after being hit by a car near the intersection of Geyer Springs Road and Mitchell Drive. Police say they discovered the victim lying on the ground. Medics would later pronounce him dead at the scene. No charges have been filed at this point in the investigation, but we'll keep you updated as we learn more. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Not as windy today, but definitely cooler with a high of just 52. Mostly sunny, though, and tonight's low drops down to the mid-30s. The 60s are back for Thursday and Friday, and a good rain and maybe thunderstorm chance on Saturday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Razorback legend Darren McFadden joins Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz each week this football season to give his insights on what's happening in the world of football. DMAC is brought to you by Oaklawn Sports and Rideout Lumber.
Good news from Benihana. It's time to think about holiday gift cards. Get a free $10 gift card with every $50 gift card purchase. Come see us.
Happy holidays from the Little Rock Athletic Club and the Little Rock Racket Club. Two things happen in December: Santa Claus and 50% off all joining fees at the Little Rock Athletic Club and Racket Club. Take advantage of this one-time per year offer: 50% off all joining fees. A club membership makes the perfect Christmas gift. This one-time per year offer is valid through December 31st. Don't put it off any longer and join the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club for 50% off online at lrac.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4214. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4214. That's 800-575-4214. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Happy holidays from Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. The spa sale has been so successful that they've ordered another truckload for the holidays. Spas by Hot Spring, Caldera, and Fantasy are all on sale. Luxury Pool and Spa also carries Ledge Lounger furniture and PK grills, which make for a perfect Christmas gift. And if you want to go all Clark W. Griswold and surprise your family with a new pool, Luxury Pool and Spa can help you there as well. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Quality Outdoor Products in Alexander is your metal roofing superstore. 40-year warranty colors are available at only $289 a foot. 20-year colors are $259, and Gavaloom runs $249 a foot. A variety of seconds and overruns are currently available at $1.95 a foot. Come by Quality Outdoor Products in Alexander, right next to the I-30 Speedway. Stop by the lot, call them at 501-455-0240, or check out their website, qualityoutdoor.net.
This is Pat Bradley, and I'll be on Morning Mayhem Weekly thanks to Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Alcoa is now serving residents in Saline, Grant, Garland, Hot Spring, and Perry counties, and recently opened up a new branch in Sheridan. Apply for your next loan at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus, get 2 times O Rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would have thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse. This dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots. His stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with
The Red White Report is brought to you by Big O Tires, with locations in Conway on Harkrider and in Cabot on Prospect Court. Big O Tires offers an endless selection of wheel and tire combinations. Big O Tires, they have everything you need to fit your budget and style.
We have liftoff. Rocket Sanders is moving on. He is officially a free agent now, in the portal and available to the highest bidder. No shock here, and I think Arkansas fans generally, if you're really being honest with yourself, you feel pretty good about Dominion and Augusta coming back next year, not to mention the others who will be joining the roster in the not-too-distant future. So
Braylon Russell.
There you go. I don't know how quickly he'll play, but he certainly looks the part. And the way he busted off that 80-yard run in the semifinal game, I'm pretty excited about seeing him as a Hog for sure. Did you see the picture of Coach Pittman and Coach Petrino in his living room with his family? It's like Pittman's like, "Hey, I'm so glad to be here," and Coach Petrino's like, "Why do we have to do this recruiting stuff?" But it all works out, hopefully.
I was like, smile, Coach. Dang.
Then the other piece of it, Arkansas women play again
tomorrow night against Louisiana Tech. They host Louisiana Tech, trying to bounce back after losing Sunday to number 2 UCLA at Bud Walton Arena.
My goodness.
Yeah, and then the men
Tough
will
schedule.
play. Yeah, he loaded up the schedule. Men will play in Tulsa against number 19 Oklahoma. Oklahoma last night beat Providence by 20. I watched a lot of that game, and I was like, neither one of these teams are very good. And then all of a sudden, I quit watching, and Oklahoma went on a big run at the end of the game and won by 20.
Providence is usually pretty good.
You want a little stat?
They were both okay, but
Yeah.
I was like watching the game thinking Arkansas is going to win this game easily, and then something happened, and I missed it, and Oklahoma got on a roll.
You want to know something? There's only one team in America that's perfect in college basketball in the over this year.
Over?
Yep.
Over.
Gone over in every single game this year.
Who's that,
USC
Oklahoma?
or UCA?
UAPB, Golden Lions. They gave up over 100 to Oklahoma and over 100 to Gonzaga, and they're playing Connecticut next.
Oh, God.
What
Oh,
a
my.
schedule and what a run. 3 ranked teams in
Hey,
a row.
But what some checks they're taking in.
No doubt, but still, my God. Anyway, you like high-scoring hoops, watch Coach Bozeman's teams. They are straight getting it done. Coach Kelley is here. Let's introduce him properly, and we'll dive in with some football talk because Wes and I are about to make a little wager on these playoff games.
Kevin Kelley dominated high school football in Arkansas, winning 9 state titles in 18 years at Pulaski Academy. He's now turning his attention to dominating the airwaves on the Zone. He's brought to you by the Little Rock Athletic Club. Join today and save 50% off joining fees through December 31st. Play on is what we do at Little Rock Athletic Club.
All right, it is 11-11. Here we are. Coach, welcome. All right, let's start with the college football playoff, and I know there are a few of you that are always like, all right, enough already, I'm tired of talking about it. But Coach wants to break his own arm, pat himself on the back, because he said they would leave Florida State out under the scenario that we got, and he was right. Congratulations, Coach. Kudos to you.
In entire honesty, I said it off the air, so I wouldn't be patting myself on the back on the air. But
I'm
last
patting
week
you.
when we were, I know, and that's nice of you. But the Florida State debacle that's going back and forth, and everybody knows. I didn't even get to hear y'all yesterday. I was busy, or Monday. I wanted to hear what y'all had to say about that, but I won't make y'all rehash it. But it was that we were talking, and you said you actually said we're not talking about this anymore. One of your deals were we're not talking about this anymore because Florida State's in, and you were getting angry.
Yeah.
And then they're not in. So
No.
I guess you were angry.
I was very disappointed. I wasn't shocked by what happened because there was such a narrative that these morons in the committee room listened to about how they're not good enough offensively to compete.
They're not.
Well, that may be true, but they are good enough defensively to compete.
They're good defensively.
They're great defensively.
They were great defensively.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But and y'all probably talked about it, but really, so let's say us three are the committee. Do we want, and I don't know what the answer to this was. It's one of the two. Did they want the 4 best teams, or did they want the 4 teams that earned their path?
Have the
to
best
get there?
resume.
That earned their path to get there, that earned it.
You're talking about resume or you're talking about best teams?
Yeah.
They didn't get either one of them.
Huh?
They didn't get either one of them.
They didn't?
No.
Yeah, you're right, because they left Georgia out.
Yeah, bingo.
They should. I would have tossed Texas. And again, if you can toss Florida State undefeated, you could toss Texas because they beat Bama before Bama was playing well when they didn't know who their quarterback should be and all that kind of stuff early in the year. That kind. I mean, it's
this
different
whole
world.
listen. This year's going to be an asterisk to me. I don't think the outcome of the championship was probably going to be different, but we wouldn't know. I don't know if Florida State could have an impact. Do I think they're good enough to upset one of these 4 teams? I sure do. And again, you give Roadmaker 3 more weeks to get ready for a game. I don't know what they're going to look like because they don't have to be spectacular offensively. They just have to be good offensively. So if they had everybody on their roster back and Roadmaker has a few more weeks to get ready and he's healthy, I don't know that they couldn't beat any of the 4 teams that are in there. Maybe they could, maybe they couldn't. But we'll never know. And also, I know Georgia could beat all 4 of these teams on a given Saturday.
The one I was more upset about the Florida State was
They've won 38 of 39 games. Their 39th was the one they lost.
Talking about Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the two-time defending champion. They lost in the SEC championship game by a field goal.
Right.
That's the one. To me, they've
and the
got
guy clanked it from 50-something yards earlier in the game.
Yeah, to me, they've got a bigger cause because that is, if you can have the defending champ, if you can make any case for the defending champion to be in, then I think you got to put the defending champion in.
The other
it's for 3 in a row. That's history.
Yeah. And they would have been able to compete at that level. I think we all know that. That's a no-brainer. The other piece of the puzzle that's funny to me is, and I just thought about this, and I'm sure it's been pointed out already, if not for the dumbest defensive alignment in the history of college football, Auburn beats Alabama. Alabama beats Georgia, and the SEC's 100% left out.
Yeah.
Because you can't put Georgia in at that point.
Yep.
Losing to a 2-loss Alabama team. And then Florida State is in, and you for sure don't have the 4 best teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bama may have lost. Bama may have lost the championship game if they'd have lost that game against Auburn. Because then they're like, "What are we playing for?" We're not playing for.
Well, Georgia wouldn't have taken them as seriously though either.
I think Georgia would have because they're like, "We win, we know we're in now." And Georgia's and Bama's gonna be a little down. I know if they won, they were in, but now Bama's down a little bit. It's a letdown to come down off Auburn. After a loss.
Alabama knew they had a chance to get in. You're right. They were playing to get into the playoff potentially, and likely they knew they were like, we're Alabama. They're not gonna leave us out with one loss, especially if we beat number 1.
If nothing else, they were like, they're not gonna leave our coach out.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. And just think if the alliance, the ACC that created in Florida State, part of the alliance, they were the ones who stopped the 12-team playoff from being this year.
Right.
And
which
it
is
ends up
awesome.
Costing them.
Which
it's your
is super
fault.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah, so many strange storylines. That's part of it. The fact that the Pac-12 has got maybe the best year they've ever had.
And then they're disintegrating.
They're falling apart. This is hilarious.
They really did have a great league this year.
They did.
They were fun to watch. Arizona was good. They could beat anybody. UCLA could beat anybody. They weren't consistently good.
Oregon State's a team nobody talks about.
Nobody
but is
won
great.
any part of Oregon State.
Right.
Their defense was amazing. And Oregon, it was truly their best year in decades.
Yes, easily.
The deepest Pac-12 in forever.
I think you can make an argument it was the best conference.
Sure.
If you take their top
You
6
could,
against
yeah.
SEC's top 6,
There's
of
no
course,
doubt.
Alabama and Georgia probably win, but other than that,
do you have a top 6 in the SEC? You have a top 4.
Well, LSU's 5.
Okay.
And then
Kentucky.
6 is...
So who are you counting? Georgia, Tennessee? Who are you counting?
Yes,
Georgia,
they're not.
Tennessee?
No, I wasn't even counting Tennessee. Tennessee would be 6.
Yeah, Tennessee would be 6.
Yeah,
Tennessee was ranked.
Missouri
right?
and
there were,
Missouri and Ole
6,
Miss.
Yeah.
6 SEC teams in the final.
Yeah, the big 2, Ole Miss and
Missouri.
Missouri were the other.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it is weird. It's annoying. Okay, so Wes and I are about to have a wager here. He is on the 2 dogs. I like the 2 favorites. I don't feel great about either. And frankly, if it's me, they're both pick'ems. They're both toss-up games. I think either you can make a great argument for any of the 4 teams. And again, you could see one of these games going a certain way and getting completely off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see him coming down to the wire. But I could see anything happening in either of these games.
Well, before the lines came out, I pulled a Brian Edwards. He taught me this trick. I created my own line before it came out. And I'm usually pretty close on these lines. And I had Alabama favored by 3. And they were an underdog by 3 when it first came out.
Only because of Michigan's reputation, and nationally people don't look at Michigan the same way we do around here.
Correct.
I figured it'd be a pick'em.
So when it was out at 3, I was like, I'm on it. Same thing with Washington, Texas. I thought it was going to be a pick'em.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came out, Texas was giving 4. I'm like, give me that right now.
That is too many points on the line, I agree. I think it's too big a line. By the way, to correct something from earlier, I was looking at ESPN just because I was looking at the game times, and then somebody nationally has the Cowboys as a 3.5-point favorite. Oakland has it at 3.
Yeah.
So if you like a field goal, then jump on it at Oakland. Anyway, I like the favorites. I think Michigan's going to win the game. I think they can control the game with their run game. The only big thing is the X factor with Milroe, and if Milroe goes crazy, they're screwed. And if what Clint said is true, they're going to have a hard time containing him. I'm sure they faced good running quarterbacks this year at some point along the way. So I'm going to still side with Michigan. You like Alabama. You like
Alabama.
You like Washington.
And Washington.
And I like Texas. I think Texas is playing I think they're peaking at the right time. That's my opinion.
I think Washington and Michigan are going to be in the finals.
Okay, so Coach is going a different route.
And that's probably what will happen. We'll win 1 and lose 1.
And that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you, because you're giving me the points, we're going to play these straight up. I'm going to give you 7 beers to 6 beers.
Actually, I did the calculation at Oakland. I would get 4 to 1
get
odds.
4 to 1, yeah.
So I need a 6-pack to your 2 cases.
No. That's dumb.
That's 4 to 1. That's what Oakland has it.
Either make the bet or don't.
That's not a good bet for me. That's not smart.
Okay, cool. We won't make the bet
I
then.
like it, playing a little hardball.
I'm playing hardball, too. I ain't making the bet. Christian,
I'll
who do you
come
like in
down
the
to
final?
2-1. 2-1.
No.
6-pack to
He's already beaten you.
You're drunk.
Wes. He's already winning.
You
Wes.
already drank a 6-pack.
I gave you.
Who do you like in the playoffs?
I like Washington, and I like Bama.
Okay, well, you're with Wes. You guys can both be wrong. It's okay.
Big Blue's going to win the whole thing.
What?
You know, I go back to we had the same conversation about a month ago, deciding predicting who would be in the Final Four.
Yep.
None of us had Texas in. None of us.
No.
I, by the way, had 3 of the 4, pat on the back. But nobody saw Texas getting in. I think we all had Florida State.
Yeah.
I think we did because we just thought those people. I did because I thought they were stupid. You did because you thought they were smart.
I think we had the same because we both picked Washington, I believe. So
I had Michigan and Alabama.
I thought Oregon was going to win.
Oh, I had Michigan, Georgia.
I thought Oregon would win, and that would muddy the water worse.
If Oregon had won?
Think if Oregon had beaten Washington.
I think Oregon would have made it.
I do
I
too.
agree.
Yeah.
But it still would have muddied the water a little bit.
No, it would have muddied it.
It would have been a much harder argument.
Yeah.
It was
hard to argue.
And how about if
Washington.
Alabama had beaten Georgia and Oregon beat Washington? You'd have had a complete jumble.
Yeah.
And frankly, all those teams deserve to be in a playoff.
No.
It's too bad the 12 team's not this year.
We'll
This
never
would have been a
know, but
blast.
if Oregon would have won, I think Texas would have been out.
If Oregon would have won, you think they'd put Florida State in and left Texas out?
I think they'd have put Bama and Georgia in, and I think they'd put Bama in and left Texas out. I think if Oregon would have beaten Washington,
well, Washington would have been out.
no, they would have put either Texas or Georgia in. They might even have put Georgia in.
Wait a minute. I'm confused.
Michigan would have been in.
Right.
Okay. Alabama would have been in.
Okay.
Okay. I think Oregon would have been in place of Washington.
Right.
Okay. And I think just because of things maneuvered around a little bit, and Washington would have fallen, I think they
Texas's
might have
win
thought
gets them in over with
maybe
Alabama.
so.
That's
Maybe
it.
so. I still think it might have maneuvered.
Things would have changed if Georgia would have won. Then all of a sudden that
for
Texas
sure, yeah.
victory over Alabama doesn't have
if Georgia
as much.
wins, Texas is not in.
Concur.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way
Then
possible.
it's Georgia, Washington/Oregon, Michigan.
Yeah, if Georgia had gone out and
Florida State.
thumped Alabama by 10 points
Yep.
or so, yeah, I think for sure you would have had a better argument for Florida State.
Yeah, I just think.
But they were very hung up. The committee was very hung up on the national narrative that Florida State can't compete.
I think that was just what they were saying. I think they just could not leave an SEC team out.
They just
it's
looked
with the ratings,
but they still
no,
looked
seriously.
messy.
They can't say
All
that.
you have to do is look at the ratings that came out this past week. The most watched game in college football this year was Michigan-Ohio State. The second most watched was the conference championship game between Alabama and Georgia. In fact, it was the most watched conference game in like 10 years. You've got to have those teams in.
It's for a playoff spot, and it's the two of the top 5
You
teams in
basically
America.
saw those were the 2 quarterfinal games in college football, and
Sure.
they were the most watched games. But those teams, year in and year out, have a ton of people watching it, and I just don't see a scenario where they're leaving out an SEC team.
As long
That's
as they,
Georgia
as
or
long
Alabama.
as long as one of them ends the season with one loss,
Yes.
I think they'll always make it to.
Yeah, well, from now on, they always will.
And then that was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
their
for the- yeah.
spin. They had to spin it some way, and that was it.
Nah, I don't agree. I don't think they're that smart. I don't think they're good enough to make a fake narrative. I think they're following the national pundits, and they're like, well, we can't put Florida State in because of that. Also, it was pointed out repeatedly that Michigan had less yards offensively in their game against Iowa than Louisville, which is a top offense, did against Florida State.
Yeah, that you can't. That's uncomparable because of the situation of the game, the way Iowa plays the game and slows it down and runs the clock down to 4 seconds before they snap the ball. There's less offensive plays, so I mean that's hard to argue.
I just argued it.
I know. That's why I said it's hard.
You think Michigan's a dynamic, great offense?
No, I don't. I don't at all.
Yeah.
But I know this: they're not as bad as Florida State is on offense, or Louisville, or anybody. They do what they. That's the thing. That's the problem I have. I said Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win it. The problem I think they have winning it is when they play good teams. Harbaugh's biggest deal is he doesn't go all in with chunk plays and explosive plays. He's conservative until he needs to not be, and sometimes that's too late.
Milroe's going to have some chunk plays. I don't care how good Michigan's defense
no, he
is.
will. He will.
He's just
the
that
receivers
good.
are too fast, and he's too good a runner.
Bond has started playing so much better.
Well, chunk plays between the 20s, maybe. That's the question. Are they going to have chunk plays that are going to result in scores? By the way, Ron DeSantis, who is the Republican governor, this may just be a little bit to keep his name in the headlines. The Republican governor of Florida. Doesn't matter if he's Republican, but he is also running for president. Apparently is setting aside $1 million out of the Florida budget to let Florida State sue the College Football Playoff Committee. Now, look, I don't care if you think this is dumb, funny, or just a ploy to keep his name in the news. I think it's hilarious. He says, my first grader, my fifth grader, and my preschooler, they are all Noles, and they are big-time fans, and they do the tomahawk chop, and they are not happy. We are going to set aside $1 million and let the chips fall where they may. I hope it happens. You're not going to be able to do anything about it, but
nothing's going to happen.
But I think it's funny. It's just good. It's just good. It's just good for the news.
It's good PR for him.
It's good for the news cycle, and it's good PR for him.
Except for Florida fans. Are Florida fans happy he's doing that?
Hey, they don't care.
Did he lose votes?
Hey, Florida got beat by Florida State. What do you want? Anyway, I don't think it hurts him. All right. So we're kind of a house divided when it comes to the playoff picks.
Yeah, we are.
Question of the day today, though, Coach, isn't who's going to win the playoff. The question of the day today is who has the most compelling matchup in the SEC outside of the Alabama game. You got Georgia, Florida State. You got Penn State, Ole Miss. You have
Missouri, Ohio State, and Tennessee, Iowa. Those are the top four options.
The obvious one is the Georgia one, the Georgia, Florida State.
We don't know how their rosters.
Although half their rosters aren't going to play, probably. You know.
Actually, Bobo told us yesterday. He doesn't know yet, but he feels like his team's all in and they're going to play.
He also said it's the player's decision. When he doesn't seem to bother him that they're maybe going to sit out a New Year's Six bowl.
Unless it's the only game on. Clemson, Kentucky's a no watch for me. Texas A&M, Oklahoma State's a no watch for me. They don't even have Petrino. Missouri, Ohio State.
Yeah,
that's very intriguing.
No doubt.
Mississippi and Penn State. Ole Miss and Penn State.
I agree.
Those two are the best ones.
I picked Ole Miss and Penn State, and Penn State's a favorite. We got to figure out who's missing from Ole Miss.
By the way, Judkins rushed for 1,000 yards this year. He was second team All SEC.
Where did the guy get 400 yards?
I don't know.
We didn't talk about him at all this year.
No,
I got it from Wikipedia, so that may be the issue.
Yeah, I think so. I pulled up on
that's why they're asking for donations so they can get proper information.
He was the fourth highest rusher in the SEC.
I guess not many people were updating the Judkins Wikipedia page.
237 carries, 1,052 yards, 4.4 average, 15 touchdowns.
Who was the second first teamer? With Schrader.
Ray Davis.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Kentucky.
Who was the other second teamer? I don't remember talking about all conference because I didn't pay attention to it because, well, didn't matter around these parts. Don't know who the other second teamer was?
No, I don't remember.
I don't either. Boy, Will's got to get a new phone.
And Lee.
Lee hung up on us, I think. Tim, what's up? Welcome.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're good. What's up?
Hey, I kind of had a thought earlier listening to you guys. Trying to figure out how they chose or why they chose the four that they did. I'm not necessarily defending anything, but if you stop and really consider only Power 5 champions, and then you look at their strength of schedule and the win-loss percentage of their opponent, where do you fall? Because if I'm not mistaken, Florida State is like 55th in strength of schedule, and their opponents have a under 500 win percentage. So to me, it kind of makes some sense. But don't get me wrong, it's kind of a travesty that they're left out. What more could they have done? But just a line of thought I had. I wanted to see what your guys' opinion was on that.
Yeah, I saw their schedule yesterday. Somebody tweeted it out with the final records of their opponents, and it's not impressive. They beat LSU early in the season in Game 1. That was a quality win. But
and they beat Notre Dame?
LSU was the fifth best team in the SEC.
Didn't they beat Notre Dame?
Notre Dame. Is that right?
Michigan's strength of schedule couldn't have been.
No.
They had to be lowest out of all of them.
Yes.
But they got Ohio State. That's they won.
And Penn State.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Penn State's
good. Not great.
Well, Iowa's in the final top 25.
Yep. Interesting point. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I'm looking here. They beat oh, God, I'm already in 21. What happened to me? Get back here.
Iowa's the one that would have been tough. How about they went undefeated?
Yeah. With their starting quarterback.
I'd leave with three starting quarterbacks.
Actually, it's not their starting quarterback. Their starting quarterback got hurt.
It's not, but you can't tell the difference in that. You could
That's
put
a good point.
You could put you in there.
No, they went from bad to worse. Southern Miss, Boston College, they won 31-29. They beat Clemson in the overtime game. Beat Vautech comfortably, killed Syracuse, beat Duke by 18, crushed Wake Forest, handled Pittsburgh, beat Miami by a touchdown. North Alabama's the game that they'll never forget. Yeah, they didn't play Notre Dame this year. Don't worry about that.
That was a pretty decent Duke team when Riley Leonard was healthy.
100%. 100%. Anyway, doesn't matter. They're not in, so we can move on. What time is it?
Do they do this stuff
Take a
on
break.
purpose? You know how in the NCAA tournament they used to, like, when the Hogs were in 94 when we were good, and they made us play like Princeton, the fast-paced team versus the slow-paced. Do that. You think they put Tennessee and Iowa there on purpose? Like Tennessee people think of them as offense and fast, and Iowa's
I can't wait to watch
super
that game.
slow.
I think it'll be great.
Do they do that on purpose? They're like, let's throw these two in a pot and see what comes up.
I don't know what the line is. I know the over-under's really low, and that's not news, but
over-under's 35 with a Tennessee.
Tennessee struggled offensively at the end of the year.
They did, I know.
Against good defensive teams.
I think that will be the first Iowa over of the year.
No way.
I don't think so.
Iowa can't score on air, and they'll hold Tennessee down.
We got to talk about the lowest NFL over/under in history also.
Oh, God. I already know what you're talking about.
Okay. Michael Felder's going to weigh in on some college football coming up in a second.
Emergency surgery for the Dallas Cowboys head coach.
What happened?
Mike McCarthy. He's having surgery today.
What's wrong with him?
But they're expecting him back for the game Sunday.
Is it gastric bypass?
Nope.
Pancreas?
Appendicitis.
Live racing starts Friday at Oaklawn. Bet.oaklawn.com if you would like to make a wager on the races at Oaklawn or anywhere else. iPad, iPhone users, you can download the app in the Apple App Store. If you're an Android user, go to bet.oaklawn.com, set up your account, and save in your home screen. New members, you can earn a sign-up bonus of $150. You can watch and wager on horse racing anywhere in the whole wide world. It's pretty cool. Earn points for cash back for every dollar you wager, too, so even when your picks are wrong, you still benefit a little bit. Got some stakes races this weekend, including a 2-year-old race, the Advent Stakes, over 5.5 furlongs. That's Friday, and then a couple of stakes races on Saturday, and it won't be long, folks. Mark your calendars. New Year's Day, Smarty Jones Stakes, the first step towards the Kentucky Derby for points, $300,000 there. Southwest, January 27th. February 24th is the Rebel, $1.25 million, and $1.5 million for the Derby this year. On March 30th, remember they moved it up with the new schedule, so looking forward to that. And again, those big dates, hotel rooms are closing out quickly, so if you want to snatch one up, you better get on it ASAP. 11:30 in the Zone.
Get in the zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore every day from 10 to 1, live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studios on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is SportsCenter.
Some fun results last night in the top 25 in college basketball. North Carolina fell to UConn 87-76. Cam Spencer had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. In another top 25 matchup, number 20 Illinois takes down number 11 Florida Atlantic 98-89. Also, an upset in the top 25 as Grand Canyon knocks off number 25 San Diego State 79-73. In college football news, offensive coordinator Colin Kleine will be going from Kansas State to Texas A&M to take on the same position for head coach Mike Elko. It was also announced that Razorbacks running back Raheem Rocket Sanders will be entering the transfer portal. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, it's Matt Zimmerman for Telco Federal Credit Union. Getting a home improvement loan with Telco Federal Credit Union is, well, pretty simple. You can have the money as fast as the very next day. Borrow up to $25,000 with no lien on your home, the lowest rates in Arkansas, and no closing costs. Now you will have access to funds for home improvements. The local team at Telco Federal Credit Union will find the right loan, the lowest rate, and make the process easy. Stop in, log on, or call 501-375-5320.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Dan Cook in North Little Rock, Steve Fisher in Stuttgart, or Jay Vandover in Little Rock.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Betz Saracen.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Betz Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Betz Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Betz Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey y'all, this is Brandy
and Leah
from Frontier Diner,
home of real country cooking. We have the best breakfast around.
Check out our Facebook page for our daily lunch specials, such as meatloaf, beef tips, and chicken dressing.
Don't forget our Chase burgers and sweet tea,
sandwiches and salads,
homemade desserts made fresh every day.
Open for breakfast and lunch Monday through Saturday. Come see us at Frontier Diner in Little Rock. Take the baseline exit off of I-30 across the interstate from Home Depot,
where you come as guest and leave as family.
Some things just go together. Peanut butter and jelly, milk and cookies, lock and key, and of course, The Zone and the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Now, let's get into the show with Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
Michael Felder is on the hotline. That is the Brandon Moving and Storage hotline, so let's check in with him ASAP because, you know, we got stuff to do. We got to talk to Pat Bradley about some hoops here coming up at 11:45 as well. Michael, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How are y'all?
We're good. Nobody's on the same page today, so we've already debated like the Florida State situation. We've argued about the matchups. We've talked about the best SEC matchup. Which SEC game outside of the playoff are you looking forward to the most? Assuming there are some guys that are leaving.
I mean, see, that's the problem for me. Like, in theory, I'm saying Florida State, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But who's going to play in that football game? Who's going to play in that game?
I don't know.
I have no clue who we're going to see. And
Not Florida State's starting quarterback.
No.
Obviously, we won't see. Well, come on. We know that already. We saw the injury. We saw it too many times on television. I wish they wouldn't have shown it that much.
Yeah.
But it's like, we're not going to see Keelan Coleman probably.
Right.
We probably won't see Jared Verse. We probably won't see Brock Bowers. Like, we might not see Carson Beck. So it's going to be really interesting to see what that one. But that's the one that I'm excited about for sure, because Florida State, they feel like a team that does still have a mission, right? Like, they still, even though they can't play for a national championship and they got left out, which I do feel really bad for them. But at the end of the day, the reality of it is like, this is a team that has to like go out and prove that they belong there. Does that make sense? Like, they have to prove that they belong there, and I just don't know what that looks like.
I think they got double screwed, Michael, because the thing is, Georgia, regardless of who plays, if Bowers plays, if Beck plays, whatever, they're still going to have just dudes everywhere, right? So I'm like, you not only got screwed out of the playoff, you got to play the best team that's not in the playoff, at least at full strength. If they're at full strength, that's the best team not in the playoff. So you got double screwed.
But they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, they want to show, hey, you wouldn't even beat this team. We didn't put them in either.
Right. That's my point. They're double screwed.
I think it's double. I think it's your chance to show that, like Michael said, I think it's their chance to show they should have been in.
It's not, because to Michael's point, because it's not a playoff game, their best players are not going to play. They're going to go to the NFL, or they're going to go in the portal, or whatever they're going to do, and so they're going to get thumped, and then the committee's going to say, see, but that's not going to be fair. It's not a real representation of Florida State at all.
I'm going to say life's tough out there.
Yeah, well, you know what? It sucks. Get a helmet. Here, let me ask you this, Michael. 3 weeks. You get 3 weeks with Roadmaker. The guy's a 57% passer on limited time of preparation, 510 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. You give this guy 3 weeks. Can Florida State beat, in any scenario, any of the 4 teams in the playoff today?
Probably Michigan.
Oh, my goodness, Michael.
Only
goodness.
You don't think they could beat Texas on a given day with Roadmaker having 3 more weeks to get ready?
On a bad Texas day, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying any scenario. That's what I'm saying.
The only one they'd have a chance to beat is Washington, because even that quarterback could throw on their defense.
But Penix is amazing. Like, the way that and they play this great timely defense, and you understand this too, Coach. Like, the way they play that timely defense, where When they need a play, they get a play. When they need to play, they get a play. When they throw an interception, guess what that defense did? They went out and they got another interception. It was a wild interception from a guy coming from out of bounds to get reestablished and then make an interception. But they play timely defense, and I love that about them. They don't rush two like Auburn. Okay.
Gosh.
They're gonna bring some heat.
I heard that.
So that's what I like about them. But guys, you know what? I'll show you my whole hand right now. I think Alabama wins another national championship. Oh boy! I think that it's going to be Alabama against Washington. But I think that the Texas and Washington game is going to be insane. If you're a betting man, take the over, and because Sark is going to run plays that we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to run plays that we've never thought about before, which is what he does and what I love about it. So we're going to see that. And then I think that Alabama, they're going to go out there and they're going to put those dang Georgia boots on, and they are going to kick Michigan's face in. And I think it's going to. I think we're always worried about if it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. Let me tell you something. Alabama with a month to prepare against the team. J.J. McCarthy threw for 147 yards. What do you think they're saving him? No, they're not saving him. They don't want to. They can't use him, and they can't use anybody. Alabama's going to walk in there. Alabama has the goal for Alabama is to score 40 points. Michigan's like, can we win 17-3? And those are two completely different mindsets.
I don't agree. I mean, against Iowa, obviously they were limited, but Iowa's defense is legit really good. Their coach just won the Bros Award.
They're good. Oh, they're very good. What I'm talking about is all the games that aren't Iowa, right? I'm talking about the Rutgers game. I'm talking about the Michigan State game. I'm talking about the
Michael, Washington had a 15-point output against Arizona State this year. Come on, everybody has a stinker.
Yes. Yes, you can have there's a difference between a stinker when you're trying and you keep getting better and a stinker like I'll call the Penn State game a stinker. Because 32 runs, 2 passes, what are you working on to get better so that you can get to the goal that you want, which is a national championship? You're getting by. There's a difference between getting by and getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't they without Harbaugh that game? Yes.
Well, which game? Because he missed.
Well, no, but the
six?
Penn State game.
Season,
The Penn State game, I think, is the one he's referring to. Is that right, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he, we were on here earlier talking about that was my problem with Harbaugh is he plays it a little bit too conservative when he's in a big game like that. But I think his guys under him when he wasn't there sure as heck going to play it conservative. So
That's
I think that contributed a little bit to that.
But you're a coach, so how do you get better if you don't practice this stuff?
Oh no, that's why I like you so much. You're 100% spot on.
Let me say this: Michigan is 14th in the nation
in what?
Scoring offense. So let's pump the brakes a hair. They played in a really good defensive league, and they're 14th in the nation. Their schedule is not that great, admittedly, but
no.
What?
They look at their score distribution.
You're telling me they just pounded bad teams and didn't score much against good teams?
They score. No, it's not even that. They score in the first quarter on their first couple drives that they have scripted, and then they score in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
After they've beaten people up.
We're being pretty nitpicky, Michael. Now you're complaining about when they score in the game.
No, it's a real thing. Okay. The reality of it is, do you think Alabama's going to get tired like Rutgers?
I don't even think Rutgers and Alabama play the same game. Are they both on the same level of football? I mean, what are we talking about here?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, but Rutgers had them in a one-score game in the going into the fourth quarter.
Alabama beat Arkansas by a field goal.
Yes, absolutely. Arkansas got more. I think Arkansas got more bodies than Rutgers.
But they're not rowing the boat. I'm with you. Listen, I get what you're saying. I get
the wrong guy. He's in Minnesota.
That's Minnesota.
He looks at Shiano and said the same way.
No, they used to chop the wood. Is that what they did?
He's chopping.
Shiano.
One guy's chopping wood. One guy's rowing the boat.
Okay. No, Shiano has T-shirts that say "Attack the guy taking a knee." That's Shiano's philosophy.
I know this. Minnesota's guy worked for Shiano, so he's chopping the wood. Shiano is, so he can build a boat to row.
Pat Bradley and I almost got in a fist fight in the studio one day, arguing over whether or not teams should attack quarterbacks who are taking a knee. And Pat's like, "They don't let you have a layup. They don't give you the layup at the other end. You got to make it. And I'm like,
they do now.
The game is over. There's an ethical sort of nature to football that you take a knee and you don't hit the quarterback. That's like, you played at the end, because that was Schiano's thing. And I was like, I hate this guy so much. He's as annoying as Ryan Day in the pregame. Anyway,
you know how much I love defense. We've been doing this for a decade, basically. You know how much I love defense. You don't do that.
Listen, hey, what's the best score? What's the best score an opponent can have if you play perfect defense? What's the worst score they can have? 0, right?
Yeah.
But if you score, if you score,
an opponent can have is 0.
Yeah, and now if you're on offense and the worst score, what's the worst score you could have on offense?
0.
0. If they don't score, if our defense plays perfect, if they don't score, we might win. We might, but if we don't score, we can't win.
It's a great point.
Bingo.
You've got to have offense to win. Offense wins championships. Point proven. It's over with.
Alabama and Washington.
Washington wins it. No,
that's a great point.
Thank you.
That's why I like Alabama, Washington, and Texas more than Michigan because Michigan doesn't want to score.
I don't think they want to.
Michael.
No.
Way short.
Don't make mistakes at parties.
Hang on. I know we got to go, but hang on. Michigan likes to have points. Washington, Texas, and Alabama, they want to score. They want to put the ball in the end zone. They will put the ball in the end zone from depth. They will put the ball in the end zone vertically. They will call plays that you've never seen before and score. Michigan wants points, and wanting points is great. But wanting to score, wanting to be dangerous, you know what I think about it? Here's what I'll do. I'll do it real quick. So, Michigan, they're both restricted. But Washington, Texas, and Alabama, they have the ability to be vipers. And vipers, you know what they'll do? They'll put you down. Okay? You step across a copperhead or a timber rattler, they will put you down.
Only at a zoo. I don't want to see mountain public.
And that's the difference between those three. All three of those. We got 3 teams in one level and 1 team in this level. That's what I'm.
Here's what I want. Here's what I want, Michael. I want you and me cross state line. They've got little wagers. The 2 guys sitting.
We don't have a wager. He wouldn't take it.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't take it. I want one. I'll take Michigan. You take Bama, and then I want a little mix in there with it. I'm gonna go. I want a. That's a straight up bet, and then I want a 5-1. And it should be way higher than that. I want a 5-1 that Michigan runs a trick play for a touchdown in the game too.
I'm sure they're going to run a trick play. They're going to have to.
Well, this is Harbaugh trying to get points. He values points.
Michael, final thing on this, okay? Before you trash, because I'm going to have to listen to this whole show over again on Friday because the Pigskin Preacher is going to come in here, super Michigan fan, and tell me how crazy the conversation was on Wednesday. And I can't believe you guys, and you're all stupid. So let me ask you this: just straight answer. I don't need any analysis or explanation. Just straight answers. Who has the best defense of the 4 teams that are in the playoff?
Michigan.
Who has the best running game of the 4 teams in the playoff?
Ooh. I love this freshman in Texas, honestly.
Michigan's the answer. Here's the point. If this was the NFL, Michigan would be the. If this was the no, I've watched Michigan play a lot of football. They have the best run game of the 4 teams in my book, outside of Milroe. Milroe's an X factor. But if this was the NFL, they would win. But this is not the NFL.
The NFL in the 90s.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, let me go back. Look, hang on. What coaching staff do you trust the most out of the 4 teams?
What coaching? Well, Nick Saban, obviously.
Okay, so we got 1,000 analysts that are working on Michigan right now. What passing game do you trust the most? Actually,
Washington's.
No, not that question. What passing game do you trust the least?
The least?
Alabama.
Michigan.
I don't know that their passing game's any worse than Alabama's.
I trust Alabama's passing game the least.
Yeah, I'm with Coach.
Because they're intermediate.
Michigan.
They can throw some long ones, but they miss a lot of intermediate passes behind them. They don't get run after catch. I think that stuff's going to come back to haunt them against Michigan.
Listen, for the next 3 weeks, just introduce yourself like this. Hi, I'm Michael Felder. I'm a football analyst. Michigan is crap. Have a nice day.
They don't. I'm going to tell you what. They don't make me get off the couch.
Well.
These other 3 teams, they make me get off the couch, man.
You know I love you and you know I respect you, so I'm going to take your words and I'm going to factor them in, and then we'll see how it plays out, and then we'll have a conversation about it.
If I'm wrong, I don't mind being wrong.
I know you don't.
Wrong,
I trust you.
Excited.
You're making me question myself, and that's what really bothers me about this, Michael.
Michael, you're still my favorite media guy out in the national sports media.
You two should do a podcast together.
You're still my guy, even though we completely disagree on this.
I think you and Michael should do a podcast.
Hang on, Coach. You think that Michigan's going to win a national championship this year?
I didn't say that. I think they're going to beat Bama.
No, you did say it.
Oh yeah, I did say it.
You did earlier.
You know, I do think they're going to beat Bama enough where I'm going to bet on them.
Okay.
And I'd bet with you. I'd bet with you. The one that questions me is I hate that Washington's defense gives up so much, but like Michael did say, they seem to just freaking step up right when the moment is necessary. But that runs out eventually. But I do love having the best quarterback. If I'm them, you got the best quarterback in the whole shebang. And it is a quarterback-centered game, period.
If you had let me just say this for the argument's sake before we let Michael go. If you had poor Pat Bradley's going to get 3 minutes today. That's okay. We already screwed him once. It's fine. If we had a 5-team playoff, a mythical 5-team playoff, and the 5th team was Oregon, I'm not sure I wouldn't have picked Oregon. But since they lost to Washington twice, it'd be hard to. But, I was convinced Oregon was going to beat Washington.
I was too, except for one spot. No, here's what got them beat, Michael. Here's what got them beat. In the analytics world, going into the final game, Bo Nix had thrown 16 passes over 10 air yards in the season.
That's how I get to 8%.
In the season.
Have you seen those numbers for J.J. McCarthy? Because they're very similar.
I don't think they're 16.
He also has not completed 77% of his passes, but Bo Nix did. All right, Michael, I'm going to take your word for it, and I will factor that in.
Can I one more thing?
Okay.
Final thought.
Do you think if you're Washington, are you upset that you have to go to the Sugar Bowl, which is a home game basically for Texas, versus
No, they're so
Michigan
glad they're so glad they're playing Texas. Texas sucks. They're going to kill Texas.
I hope Washington's fan base travels. So
look
that's
at
all.
that. You said they're going to kill Texas.
Well, double digits.
Double digits.
Wow.
Look, hey, come on, pull the tape. Let's go. I'm ready to rock and roll. I think that's going to be a really good game. I think it's a one-score game. I think it's very similar to the Oregon and Washington game.
Okay. I think they're both going to be great games. I'm hyped about it. All right, buddy. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
All right. This was very fun. You guys take it easy.
All right.
You're the man.
I'm not joking. I think you two should do a podcast. I'm not even playing.
I'd love to, Michael. I'm in.
He's out. We got to run. Pat Bradley's coming up in a second. I got to tell you about our friends over at Cash, and if you're looking for a bite to eat today, and I know you're thinking about it, it's about that time. It's 11:50. Now, here, we eat lunch at like 11 normally, but if you're out there, you're like, where am I going to eat lunch today? I'm around the River Market. How about Cash? Hello? No-brainer. Coach, you back me up on this. You know how good it is over there.
It's good. I had Payne Harding in my kid champion day before yesterday. We're talking about the food. I can't help. He's probably tired of me bringing up the food.
No, that's what
but
he does.
It's like, that's what you do. And you do it great. I said, how good are you? He said, I'm one of the best. He said, but I will say this. They're never going to get a bad meal there. And I believe him with all of my heart.
That's true. I like the fact that they do casual things well.
Yeah.
Salads, pizzas, things like that, a wrap. And then they do the big things well. So nice seafood, steaks, all the things. You can basically get anything in there, and it's great. That's what's cool about it. Also, again, you're running out of time. We've only got a couple of weeks left in the year. But if you want to book a last-minute holiday party, your staff deserves it. If you're trying to impress people if you're in sales and you're trying to impress some of your clients, it's the perfect place to do it. You can do it from 30 to 150. Well, they have a room that holds 30. You can do it for smaller than that. Anyway, if you got a group that you need to book, get over there and get on it. 501-850-0265. That is the number for Cash. They're online at cashlittlerock.com, C-A-C-H-E, littlerock.com. Maybe a nice romantic dinner. You know what? If you're special, someone's been out doing all the Christmas shopping, treat them to a nice dinner at Cash. They've earned it. Golly, I'll tell you what, that's a small price to pay, I'd say. If I didn't have to do any Christmas shopping and all I do is pay for one dinner, boom, thank you.
You're talking me into it because I won't do any. My wife will do it all. You're right. She deserves a nice
You need to take Dana out for a nice dinner at Cash. I think that'd be great. We may have a double date.
In.
You buy.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Brandon Moving and Storage has served Central Arkansas since 1965 and continues to provide professional service, local reliability, and community investment. We provide residential and commercial moves, local, national, and international service, commercial warehousing and distribution, unpacking services, and custom packing and crating. Let Central Arkansas's trusted Beacons agent help you with your next move. Brandon Moving and Storage. You make a move, we make it easy.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Power, drive, and size. It's found in college sports and in the all-new 2023 Cadillac Escalade. I'm Rachel Parker Harding for Parker Cadillac and the most powerful full-size SUV in the industry, the 2023 Cadillac Escalade. With a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine and available Super Cruise technology. Level up to more cargo space with the extended wheelbase Escalade ESV. Shop now at parker-cadillac.com.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee with Ava Bella Day Spa. It's Christmas time again. We have our Jingle Bells special, which is $100, and that's an entire facial treatment. We also have our wonderful Christmas time special. You get a stress reliever massage, a peppermint scalp massage, and a foot scrub, all for $125. Just go to avabelladayspa.com, click on Instant Gift Certificates, and you can purchase it right there. Send it to your recipient or print it out. Happy holidays!
You're back in the zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore, Central Arkansas's only midday sports talk show.
People dream high in the quiet of the night. You know that I caught it. Bad, bad boy, shiny toy with a price. You know that I bought it. Killing me slow.
Pat Bradley in the zone is brought to you by River City Flooring.
Bradley off the screen for three. Is he going to miss? He's been terrific in this first half.
River City Flooring. The only thing better than their selection is their service. Visit rivercityflooringinc.com. rivercityflooringinc.com.
Yeah, jump around, grab a rebound, and pump the sound. Big Ron, big man's in town.
11:55, just about out of time here in this hour. We're going to squeeze Patty and talk some hoops. What's up, PB?
What's up, boys? Oh, not much. What are we doing, boys? What are we
Well,
doing?
mostly talking college football, but we can't get into it with you because that's all we've been doing today. So we need to talk college hoops with you. Sorry. Hate to pigeonhole you, buddy. But Arkansas getting ready for the, what is it? I keep forgetting the name.
The Crimson and something rivalry or something?
Cardinal? No, it's not Crimson. It's, what's Arkansas's colors? Cardinal. The Cardinal and Cream. Cardinal and Cream.
Cream?
Yep.
I think it's Cardinal and Crimson.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
The two reds, that makes more sense.
Whoever's marketing this thing's not doing a good job.
Well, I read about it this morning.
It's over, isn't it?
Also, Pat, what'd you think of the performance the other day with Arkansas, and what do you expect with Oklahoma? Have you seen Oklahoma play?
They played last night. They're a good team, defensive team. They beat Providence. Oklahoma's a well-balanced scoring team. But, like I said, they're more defensive-oriented. And the issue with the Hogs right now is, we really struggle stopping anybody. It's just, I'm not worried offensively too much about the Hogs, but from a defensive standpoint, there's just communication issues. Defending the three-point line has been an issue. It's stuff that I'm sure Coach Muss has broken down play by play and sends it to every single player, because you just see, and Furman is a good offensive team. They spread you out 5 above the three-point line. They can shoot it, so they understand how to back cut when the lane is open. There's just a lot of communication problems right now, fellas, and
mark this down. Mark this down, because I'm going to ask you again next year and the year after, or as long as Muss is at Arkansas. Early December, is this team in trouble, or is this typical Muss stuff where he's working his way through things?
I think they're working their way through it, because he has guys, Trevor Brazile, Mitchell, those guys can protect the rim, even Jalen Graham. I think you've got some guards, the perimeter players with my man Tremont Mark, even El Ellis, Layden Blocker playing now, who's an explosive guard. They should be able to guard the ball much better than they are right now. Davenport's got some good size on the perimeter, so they've got the body to do it. I just think they're offensive-minded team, and Muss has got to sort of rewire them to say we can't outscore everybody. At some point, we got to get down and defend. And Oklahoma's a tough team, man. They're right now 13th in the country in defensive efficiency. So they're going to make things tough for you in the offensive end. So you're not going to be able to outscore them. You got to defend with them.
We got to be efficient too, Pat. We got to run. But we're going to give you 20 minutes when we talk to you next Tuesday. I appreciate you. And
love you, boys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Pat.
All right, we are up against the top of the hour and then beyond. It is 11:58. We're back in a second. More with Coach Kelley, entertainment birthdays, and what the hell.
Today. Slim Chickens of Central Arkansas presents Rollin' with Nolan on Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer every Thursday at 6 on 103.7 The Buzz.
Is your Oaklawn a roaring crowd and thundering thoroughbreds? Or is it betting long shots over cold beer and corned beef? For all the reasons we love it, live racing is back at Oaklawn starting December 8th. Champion thoroughbreds, more race days, and the largest purses in the track's history. Join us for opening day, December 8th. Make your reservations now at oaklawn.com. What's your Oaklawn? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hi, neighbor. It's Garen with Shamrock Roofing. Insurance deny you coverage on that roof? You won't be denied at Shamrock. Visit shamrockroofer.com for a chance to win a new roof. Absolutely free. Just visit shamrockroofer.com, where one call does it all.
Razorback football, basketball, and baseball right here on your home of the Hogs. 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
A former Kensett police chief is behind bars this morning. Arkansas State Police arrested John Pollard yesterday. Investigators claim he stole about $73,000 in city funds by falsifying drug seizure reports and personal timesheets. Also, they claim that he used city credit cards for personal use. He's charged with theft of property and abuse of office. He was sent to the White County Detention Center, and his bond is set for $100,000. An 18-year-old suspect was arrested and charged with capital murder in connection to a homicide that happened last year around Halloween. Jacavian Harrell was taken into custody for the shooting death of 19-year-old Victor Lopez. Lopez was shot in the 1800 block of South Denison Street. He was taken to the hospital where he died. There is still no word on what led to the shooting. Police are investigating. From the Channel 7 newsroom, I'm Ryan Houston.
Christmas karaoke is back, once again with all your favorite Buzz personalities, along with some local celebrities. And of course, most importantly, you, our listeners. And it all happens Thursday night, December 7th at the Busker. Admission is $10, with proceeds going to Youth Home. We'll see you December 7th for Christmas karaoke, only at the Busker.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Mostly sunny skies today, quite a bit cooler with a high of just 52 degrees. Not as windy, though, and tonight's low drops down to 35. Low 60s tomorrow. Still looking at good rain and possibly storms Saturday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Good news from Benihana. It's time to think about holiday gift cards. Get a free $10 gift card with every $50 gift card purchase. Come see us.
Hey everybody, it's Howie at Robert Irwin Jewelers, and this year we've got a great gift idea for anybody's budget. Flexi Diamond Bangle bracelets are the perfect fit for any occasion. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, now with 2 locations open in Little Rock or online at rijewelers.com.
Roger Scott, I'm going to talk to you about Sigma Supply Packaging Products and how they think outside the box. Sigma Supply, they're problem solvers. Now, they've been helping business owners for years with their waste audit analysis program. They're going to come in, they're going to analyze your packaging and shipping and see if automation is what you need to cut costs. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg with Sigma Supply, and you can schedule your waste audit analysis. Here's the number, 501-617-4600. Sigma Supply Packaging Products. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
So I have been in the operating room most of my career watching people have
orthopedic surgery, watching people get knees replaced, hips replaced, shoulders fixed, and I knew there had to be a better way.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain relief.
I see so many people who could have been helped before they got to the operating room if only they had known about regenerative medicine.
QC Kinetics, a natural alternative that uses your body's own healing properties to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue, providing long-lasting relief without drugs, surgery, or downtime.
Well, it feels great when I do get to see somebody who we help, who I know I kept out of the operating room. It's amazing how we change people's lives without surgery.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. This week's special is shepherd's pie for only $7.49 per pound, with Edwards signature peach cobbler for $5.49 per pound.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you want to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for easy holiday gifts for the adults on your shopping list? You're in luck, and so are they. The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is a winner wonderland. Scratch-off tickets make great gifts and start at only $1. And players win more than $1 million every day. Share the gift of winning with everyone on your list. Give scratch-offs. They're easy fun with a chance of easy money. Join the Winter Wonderland. Gift, scratch, and win today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. Dial 8. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong. Just dial 8. 888-8888.
We are battle-tested, big case injury lawyers who've recovered millions for our clients. Just dial 8. 888-8888.
Been in a wreck? Anywhere in the state. Just dial 8. 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear. Cause Ryu was ill. Who would have thought he be the one that set the West in flames. And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Why you had this stupid...
All right, this is, I'm going to start taking a week off more often. That's cool. Congratulations. You know what? Pat yourself on the back over there. I'm going to start taking a week off more often. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't care. I ain't worried about it. It'll get done. This ain't life and death.
It helped you. You look great today. I told you that.
I appreciate that. I should show up in white more often. I got a little tan. That's the big.
You really should. That
I spent
helps.
some time on the beach. You know, it's a hard trip, this Hawaii thing, but I will tell you the way we did it was the best way. Flying back on the red eye overnight, you land in Dallas, you got a 30-minute layover, and you pop in, you're done. I went to work yesterday.
That is nice.
I worked yesterday.
It's nice. It's because you're a man that
works,
has integrity about his work,
and took a week off.
Yeah, took a little week off for a Hawaii vacation at the same time.
Yep.
Well, you know what you should have done before you went to Hawaii?
Well, I should do it now to work off
You
all
should do it now.
I ate too much poi and fish.
You did? Well, fish isn't that bad.
A lot.
But as I was talking to my buddy Frank Lawrence down there, this is the best offer of the year. 50% off the joining fee at the Little Rock Athletic Club. Been a member for a long time. They got a new pickleball facility, which is going in to open in late February. Now's the perfect time to get in at 50% off. Talk about a gift for Christmas. Buy somebody the 50% off entry fee into that family membership and watch yourself and your kids learn to exercise at a young age, yourself to exercise the holiday food off before you even get it on so you can eat a little bit more.
I like that.
That's what I have to do.
Can I ask you about Thursday night's game?
Love it.
Over, under, 30. Lowest NFL total in history. This is the Patriots and the Steelers, by the way.
I'm
30 is your
They're not
over,
going to
under.
hit that, right?
Has your boy called you yet? I'll tell you who needs you is the Patriots. That's who needs you.
I think they need a quarterback, too.
30. No, it's going under. How does it get in there?
Well, you know, last week when they played, I was scared. I looked at that, and I was like, man, that's so low.
17-10 is under. It's not that low. I've been watching a lot of Iowa football.
You know what else is
30
under?
ain't that bad.
You know what else is under? 6-0 like it was last week.
Yeah.
Have the Patriots scored 0 back-to-back weeks?
No, they scored 7 the week before against the Giants. They managed to knock one in.
That was late, wasn't it?
It's a good Giants team. It's so depressing.
I feel bad for Hunter.
If I'd have told you though that the Chargers are going to get 6 points and laying 4.5, I'd have bet everything I owned that they're going to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Could you get a field goal?
Hey, listen, all Iowa. I mean, there were people jokingly putting online that the over/under Iowa was a half a point in the Big Ten championship game. And would you have not have bet $100 on that?
The over/under for the first half of Iowa for their team total was 2.5.
Yeah. Well, they scored 0.
I know.
The over/under on touchdowns scored per half was a half.
Yeah. The over/under. No, somebody jokingly put up that it was a half point, like for them to score in the game.
If Michigan doesn't have that 9-yard punt return or whatever it was, then it's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
I got a couple other numbers here for the Cowboys and Eagles.
Under Thursday though.
Let's talk about a game that actually matters: Cowboys and Eagles.
Yes.
Normally I have to twist Wes's arm to quit talking about them. Couple of interesting numbers here. Jalen Hurts, by the way, could become the second player all time to have multiple seasons of 20 touchdowns passing and 10 rushing touchdowns. Who's the other player?
2010.
Kyler Murray.
Nope.
Randall Cunningham?
Nope. That's a good guess.
Oh, you mean in the pros?
Yeah, that's right.
Lamar Jackson?
No. Good guess.
Randall Cunningham would have been my next guess.
20 touchdowns, 10 rushing. 20 passing, 10 rushing.
Oh, Culpepper, Dante Culpepper?
No.
Oh.
I thought that was a good one, too.
Mm-mm. It really wasn't.
Billy Kilmer.
When I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, duh.
Dan Marino
Billy
with the
Kilmer.
quarterback sneak. They did that all the time.
No.
Billy Kilmer.
I don't know if he had 10 rushing touchdowns in his career. He probably did.
I don't know if he did.
He played.
He couldn't run.
No, the quarterback sneak. I said.
No, but he couldn't step.
He was big and strong.
They
couldn't step. When I tell you this, you're going to feel dumb.
LA?
Christian, jump in on this. That's a good guess, too.
What's the
only other quarterback to have 20 passing touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns?
Michael Vick?
In multiple years.
Michael Vick.
Another obvious one. No.
Golly. Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Josh Allen.
No.
Gosh, dang. Those are all pretty obvious.
He played in the SEC.
Played in the SEC.
Cam Newton.
Boom.
Oh, God.
He would be the first person to do it in back-to-back seasons.
I didn't think he ever got to 20 in a pass.
Here's another reason to celebrate Dak's potential this week. The Eagles have allowed 27 passing touchdowns this year. It's the second most in the NFL, too.
Washington?
That's correct, sir. Dak Prescott, 5-1 at home in his career against the Eagles. Only loss came in 2017. I told you all that already. And the Cowboys are averaging in their 14-game home win streak the most points per game during a 14-game home win streak in NFL history.
It's like 34?
36.6.
Well, first of all, out of all the 14 home games, there's only like 5 of them. So, I mean, it's not like you're going, well, out of 1,000 instances, they've got the most. I mean, there's only like 5 of those to compare it to that you had the most points.
That's probably true.
So, yeah.
Don't poo-poo it.
But that's a lot. No, that's a lot. No, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm in. I'm all in. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I shouldn't have said that, but I think they are.
You're getting really good odds. They're like the 7th pick or something crazy.
Are they really?
Yes.
Wow.
You should look at that.
Them and
the Dolphins. I have them circled for Oakland game day to talk about them today because there is the odds are very long on both of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I think
I
that's a good
really
idea.
liked the Jaguars odds until they play stupid at home and Trevor Lawrence got hurt.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
But the Cowboys game, I mean, it's a really good matchup against the Eagles because the Eagles, I think, are a little better on offense simply because they can do more things.
Yeah.
Right now, Cowboys aren't their weaknesses. They're not running the ball well at all. Tony Pollard has been running the ball well, but we're throwing it all over the place, which I like much better. Ever since the Cowboys played the Chargers, and that night, everybody kept on social media, it was running wild because they were playing Kellen Moore, with the Chargers, who was their OC. And they put up the stats of Kellen Moore. The 3 years he was with Mike McCarthy in Dallas, they finished in the top 3 in total yards all 3 years. They were first 1 year, total points per game all 3 years, and were first 1 year. And he fired him. And then when they fired him, his famous quote, "Why did you fire Kellen Moore?" in the press conference. And he said, he wanted to light up the scoreboard. I wanted to run the darn ball. So he said the other word. But don't you want to light up the scoreboard? Is that what you're trying to create the run plays for? And so in that game against the Chargers, they were inept. And after that, I think he saw and heard all the media because they just barely beat them. He opened it up, turned it loose, and it's been the best thing he's ever done.
Yep.
Let Dak play.
The 49ers game opened a lot of eyes.
It did.
The failure to run the ball against the 49ers, and then they couldn't throw it. Things have changed since then, and it's been obvious for fans and those who follow the Cowboys. They're throwing the ball all over the field. Pollard has found more success here recently, but I think it's more because they're throwing to open up the run, and teams are backing off.
These are the best 2 teams on third down percentages to keep drives going. They're both almost at 50%, which is phenomenal in the NFL at keeping drives going, and that's what makes this the best matchup to me. It's just incredible.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Did you hear Michael Jordan crashed his Ferrari?
I didn't.
Michael B. Jordan. Creed. Smashed up his Ferrari in Hollywood Saturday night. 11:35 p.m. It's a bummer.
He'll just go get another one.
Yeah. The blue Ferrari 812 Superfast. Not no more, it ain't. Super smashed. Am I right? Ooh, it hit a parked Kia. That's hilarious. Law enforcement will not release any names since no one involved in the crash was arrested or booked. So apparently he was not drunk at the time. He just got a little, got away from him, as it were. That's a problem with those Ferraris, Christian. They too fast. Too fast. New movies this weekend: The Boy and the Huron. No idea. And Waitress, the musical. Wes, that's for you.
Okay.
By the way, we need to make sure we contact Pigskin about Friday. We're going to be at Oaklawn for the opening day of race season. And also
Philip Martin.
Thank you very much.
And I think it's The Boy and the Heron, by the way.
It says The Boy and the Huron in the one I'm looking at. But
H-U-R-O-N?
makes more sense. Mine says Huron, Huron. But I think yours makes way more sense, Christian.
What's a Huron?
That's a lake.
Last I checked. Big one, too. A great one.
It is. A heron's a big bird.
Bird.
It is. Sharon Stone's 65 years old. It's not her birthday. But she says, quote, "I think I'm hotter now than I've ever been." Sharon, I'd like to have a word with you. She says, "I'm in my 60s. People think that no one looks at you anymore. And the truth is, I have just as many people who want to sleep with me now as I ever did." Yeah, there are a lot of horny guys. I mean, I'll give you that. She says, but she goes, "You're not as easy as you were when you were young." Hey, listen, you're going to have to speak for yourself, lady. Oh, wait.
Was she the actress that was on Bumble?
Yes, that is correct, sir. She says, "You're not as easy to blank, you're not as easy to get rid of, and you're not as easy to keep quiet. You're not as easy to dump afterward. You're not as easy to be a side piece. It's not that you're not as hot, you're hotter." I don't think so. It sounds like I think you're less hot and more difficult. That's what I think. But that's okay.
Only a few people get more attractive as they get older. Sean Connery and Can't think about who else.
Let me marinate on that. You know who's hotter now? Martha Stewart.
I agree.
What in the world?
I pulled that one out, didn't I?
This went sideways quick.
Diane Sawyer got hotter. She got older with those steely blue eyes of hers.
Selma Hayek might be.
Selma Hayek was always attractive.
Yeah.
And talented. Speaking of talented people on screens, TJ Holmes in the news again.
Oh, I saw this.
So TJ Holmes and Amy Robach said, you know what? We're done with our spouses. We're hooking up. We're getting together. And next thing you know, they got fired by ABC. Well, this is a weird twist of fate because their exes apparently are now dating as well. Weird. They did a real-life wife swap. Marilee Fiebig, or Fiebig, however you pronounce her name, and Andrew Shue, guy that was on Melrose, is that the show he was on? Are now dating, according to multiple sources. That is wild.
Awkward.
Wild stuff, isn't it?
They run into each other?
Well, they're going to run into each other because they have kids. She has kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're also now doing a podcast. TJ and Amy are. They are all in now.
I
as a
would like
couple.
to see how they. I would like to see. I think I could see them having dinner together.
I think it'd be a great television show. I'd love to watch it. And the thing is, here's the deal we don't know. How far apart were they when they got together?
Yeah.
Like, were they still officially married but already separated, like handshake deal, like we're getting divorced, we're going through it, maybe I'm not even out of the house yet? I don't know. They seem fine with it. So maybe, again, it's safe to say they know more about it than we do.
Well, if they truly care about the person they're in or say they love them, then they don't care about the other person, what's going on.
Right. Anyway, they're doing an iHeart podcast called Amy and TJ. That was nice of him to let her go first.
Alphabetical.
In the first episode, Holmes said they were the folks who lost the jobs we love because we love each other. All right, let's not play the victim
That
here.
is a
Calm
sweet
down.
story.
It is. I love TJ. I've always liked TJ. Good dude. But anyway, she describes their past year as hell. She added that in the end, all of us are always rooting for love. Well, you know what? I'm glad you guys found it. A lot of people go their whole lives and never find love. Anyway, speaking of love, you remember the cute Roper girl that was on Yellowstone, the blonde?
Oh, yeah.
Never watched it.
She's a singer.
I don't know about that. She was dating on the show Ryan Bingham, who is a singer and an actor. Now, apparently, they haven't officially announced it, but apparently they're married because Ryan was seen wearing a ring. They did announce that they were a couple, but I think that's really cute. You remember that he got in the fight with the old guy on the show and got stabbed? Cheap shot. Hello. Anyway, so apparently Ryan Bingham and Hassie Harrison is her name. And apparently they have tied the knot. Or at least that's the thought process because he has a ring.
How about that? Yellowstone bringing people together.
Isn't that nice? They're a cute couple. That's a cute couple right there. Oh, she's darling. Anyway, I don't like his voice as a singer, but I thought he was pretty good on the show.
Yeah,
Very
I
believable
agree.
as what would you call him, Coach? A roustabout?
I like roustabout.
Yeah, a guy kind of looking for a place, looking for a home.
Yeah.
They took him to he's the only guy that ever survived getting taken to the, what do they call him when they were going out to kill him in the woods? Or out in the,
when they branded
out in
him?
the range?
When they
no,
branded him?
when they're like, you're taking him to the whatever. What's that? When
Oh,
they-
the where they drop him off the cliff?
Yeah, they kill him. It's
Yeah,
like
the curve.
Take him to the blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
whatever.
I forgot what they call it.
Well, anyway, Casey took him out there, and
Yeah.
then, or maybe it was Casey or it was Rip, and then they actually didn't kill him.
Spoilers.
If you ain't seen
If
it
you
by
ain't
now,
seen it by- yeah, I'm
you're
agreeing
out.
with you.
When I tell you what happens in The Boy and the Heron, or Huron, whatever it is,
I'm going to go see it Friday night.
that'd be unfair. I wouldn't do that to you. Hootie got his star. Did you see this? Darius Rucker has gotten his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Monday. If I'd have known that, I would have gone and checked it out while I was out there. He says, I think the thing that keeps me working so hard is I always feel like I haven't done enough. That's true, you haven't. I'm kidding.
Is he still working?
Yeah, he's a singer, country singer.
I think he's a country dude. I like this country music.
Yes, I think Wagon Wheel.
I like this Hootie music.
I liked both.
Yeah, I like both too. And I think that's enough for today. What's today? The 6th?
Yes.
It is.
Don't worry. You don't have any. There's no Hallmark movies tonight. Sorry, guys. Have to wait till next couple days. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Buck up, little cowboy. It's only 19 days till Christmas.
The first night of Hallmark movies, that was the highest rated show on cable TV. Yes.
The one called Checking It Twice?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a hockey movie. I watched it. It was really good.
Yeah, that was.
It's one of the better Hallmark movies I've
best
seen.
rated show.
As soon as I see Hallmark on, I turn the channel and my wife looks at me dirty.
Yeah.
But I'd never watch it.
Well, you should
Nope.
go to the body parts store and buy yourself a heart.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you should be Dorothy's friend in The Wizard of Oz because you need a heart.
I hated that show too.
Oh, see, I rest my case, Your Honor. Who hates The Wizard of Oz? Only Kevin Kelley.
Weirdo show.
You're a weirdo.
You're weird.
Ro, you're not weird. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
I don't know. Coach Kelly's he's crazy talking.
Well, I'm crazy too because I don't like Hallmark movies. But,
Yes, you're probably in the majority. It's called being a dude, but I love them because I'm not your average everyday,
Dude.
type
You're sensitive.
prankster. I am.
You got a big heart.
Thank you, Christian.
But to get to the T.J. Holmes stuff, I think that was with him and Amy. First of all, they shouldn't have lost their job, but it's like a soft reveal. I think this is more like a Dale Curry and his wife's situation. I think they were swinging, man.
Del Curry?
I mean, that's just you know, when Curry and Curry's parents split, he got with a chick, and his wife got with the chick's husband. I mean, they were swinging.
I remember that. That's right.
Yeah,
Sonia
this
Curry
might
is
be
her
the
name.
same situation. Yeah, this might be the
Sonya
same
fine, too.
situation.
Okay.
No,
You gave me
that's what my
a
spider sense-
you gave me a
that's what
phrase
my
I want to
spider
use
sense
now.
tells me.
Soft reveal. I love soft reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soft reveal.
Yeah, it's
We'll
like
get
a
to
soft
the
opening.
nitty-gritty.
It's like you easing into it, Coach. You don't be jumping in with both feet. You just kind of tip a toe in the water.
So they were swinging, and then T.J. Holmes and then made it like official with the person they were swinging with.
That's the problem there, right? I mean, because that's always the risk. It's like if you try to get in a menage.
I actually like this person more.
That's always the risk of the menage. It's like, oh, this is really cool, but then it's like, oh, wait a minute, she's into her more than me. Uh-oh. Yeah, you got a problem.
I don't think people think that through sometimes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be put under a lot of pressure in that situation.
Hey, can I have a sidebar, Ro? Because you're a guy that I would lean on for this answer.
Okay.
So, we were out at the beach, and I brought a few pairs of swimming trunks because I was thinking I was going to spend a lot of time in the sun. So I have this basic. Right. I have one basic blue pair. I have this other pair that has I don't know, like starfish or something on it. And I have this one because I really like the shorts. Are super soft and comfortable. I found them on sale at TJ Maxx, and they match the shirt that I have perfectly. But they have pineapples on them. And my girl was like, "You can't wear those because that is like the universal sign of swinger." Which
that's a signal.
I've never swung a thing. I barely can swing a golf club. Ask Wes. So she was like adamant, like it was an issue, and I'm like, "I am wearing these. These are one of the 3 pairs of swim trunks that I brought."
Did anybody come up to you?
Sadly, no, and that hurt my feelings.
You were setting yourself up there for failure.
Let me ask you this: do you think it's
were
okay?
You in Florida?
No, I was in California and then Hawaii.
Okay. If you were in Florida, you would have got hit on by like a 50-year-old couple, 60-year-old couple.
That's true. Maybe so. If I was in Key West, all kinds of weird things might have happened. But the question is, do you think it's all right to wear? I saw, and every time I saw a dude in pineapple shorts, I was like, see? This dude's wearing pineapple shorts.
Did you see other ones in pineapple shorts?
Dudes, yeah.
Did you go ask them anything?
No, I did not. I don't want to give them any ideas.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is letting them know that you're open for business.
I'm proud of you because you took a stand on what you want to wear.
Yeah, that's a real hard stand to take. I mean, what a bad man I am.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
So
you could be like, oh, no, I'm not a swinger.
Right. Yeah.
You stood on business.
I stood on business. I got to learn how to do that in sign language.
Or maybe he had his soft reveal going, just to test the waters with his girl.
Oh, it was cold water, Coach. I had a very soft reveal. It was very cold water. I was in the pool. I was in the pool. All right, Ro. Thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate you.
All right, now.
We have 12 people on the Southern Structural Solutions text line to let you know it's the train station.
The train station, thank you. And if you're talking about the Gangster Museum of America Hattery, oh, is it Southern Structural text line?
Yeah.
Oh, it's text line. I'm sorry. Damn it.
It's over there.
Just trying to get used to it. Shoot.
Live fan feedback.
Thank you. I got a few of them here, too. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, RC, train station. Rusty says, the reason Sharon Stone has more people now that want to sleep with her is because they want to shoot their shot before she dies. Oh, my goodness. Blake says, I'm missing having Joe in the studio today. He plays a key role in representing the listeners and holding Coach Kelly's feet to the fire. Does he? What do you think we're doing over here? Lame.
Chiefs are struggling.
Anything else on the Southern Structural Solutions text line, Wes?
No. Well, yeah, but no.
What does that mean?
It means nothing he'd like to put out there.
They're paying
did
for
the
it.
same thing to her husband.
I thought
Who did?
so. I thought they did.
Shania Twain.
Shania and Mutt. Mutt got with her friend, and Shania ended up with the friend's husband, I think.
I think that's right, but I don't think they ended up with each other. You know, another story that was brought up about this was there was the 2 old Yankees that swapped wives. Did you remember this story? There were 2 old Yankees players, and then one day they come to spring training. They're like, yeah, we swapped wives, dogs, families, houses, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, true story.
Huh.
And then
they swapped lives, kind of.
Basically, but when they but one of them had already broken up with the swap by the time spring training started.
He's like, now
he didn't like the trade.
Nah, yeah. He's like,
he tried to trade back?
Nah, but he's like, I'm a free agent now. I'm gonna go back in the portal. So,
Bills, Chiefs. Who do you got?
Bills and Chiefs.
Yep.
Bills.
Chiefs. Where are we? Where's the game?
Chiefs. -3.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna say Bills.
I'm gonna say Bills.
Chiefs.
Bills have to win this.
The Bills are not good at football.
To make the playoffs, they have to win this.
Chiefs aren't great right now.
No.
That's true.
The friggin' Packers.
Did you watch Green Bay game?
I didn't watch any football this weekend. How many times did I have to tell you this?
Chiefs aren't playing well.
I was trying to swing all weekend.
Hey,
I had no time to watch football.
Okay, Pineapple
You'd
Man.
been better off watching the football.
That's a good point.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill? Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. It's Elia's in Morrilton.
Thank you, Reed. He says, it's the train station, stupid.
Josh in Greenbrier said he and his wife started Yellowstone last night. Thanks.
Oh, my God. I thought this was a swinger story for me today. Okay, good. Well, if you did, you're lame, actually, and I'm sorry. Like, if you told me what happens in the last episode of Suits, I'm not going to cry about it. It's been out forever.
If you
Do not tell me what happens in the last episode of Suits.
I love Suits.
We're like in season 7 now.
I am too.
I wish I
Is
had
it 9?
seen it.
Is there 9 seasons?
8, I think.
Okay, we're in 7 too.
Well, when you finish on one of them, is it on Netflix right now?
Yes.
You finish there. There's another season on Amazon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So there's 9.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Can I
Weird.
say, for the record, I'm going to say something anyway. I don't care if it burns anybody. They should have ended it at the end of 6. Like, that was a perfect ending. And then they did another season.
I watched the whole extra season. I liked the way it ended.
Okay, well,
very few times do you love the way something ended. I liked it.
All right.
Are you talking about 8 or the one on Prime on 9?
The final one.
Okay.
Because 7, they're turning the page a little bit here to like a new era, and I'm liking that. So we'll see if they can continue, because I've heard not good things about these last couple seasons. But 6 would have been a perfect place to end it.
It does dip down, but anytime they turn things, it dips down a little bit, and then it comes back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could just get out of the pool.
Love that. I don't know how we didn't watch that show when it came on.
I know.
How did we not hear about that?
Don't know.
People are letting us down by not telling us that was a great show.
Well, the problem is people tell me about shows all the time, and I'm like, I'm still working through Suits, or I'm still watching The Boys, or I'm still watching Yellowstone, or I got to finish Ozark. You know, it's like I'm already in the middle of something. I'm like, I don't even have time for what I want to watch.
Yeah, it's tough.
Anyway. All right, Christian, what do we have to give away today?
We have Tom Segura tickets. That show is tomorrow night.
Tom Segura is hilarious, and I wish I could win these tickets. I've said it 100 times. I wish I could win these tickets. I hope somebody doesn't come and pick up their tickets. So I have a basketball game tomorrow night.
You're not going to be at Christmas karaoke?
And then I'll be at Christmas karaoke. Okay. Got a double dip tomorrow night. Can't do a Tom Segura show, too, unless he does one at like 11. All right. Congratulations to whoever won, because this is going to be a great show. Matt, you're with Wes. Gary, you're with Christian. Steve, you're with the coach. Here we go. This guy is a comedian.
Tom Segura.
That would be hilarious. I talk about him every year because I think he's really funny.
Chris Rock.
He is a very sort of a. I don't want to call him low energy. But he's kind of a sort of a laid back dude.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
Jim Gaffigan.
No, he's kind of laid back. He's the guy's way more laid back than that though. One of my favorite jokes, he talked about going to a 7-Eleven, and he got there, and the sign outside said, he walked up and the guy was locking the door, and he said, the sign says open 24 hours, and the guy said, not in a row. It's a good joke. Anyway.
I can hear him, but I can't think of his name.
Stephen Wright,
yeah.
Happy birthday, 68. I don't think you'll get this woman, but you should. She was in a lot of really good movies. She was in The Big Chill. She was in Kramer versus Kramer. She was in Poltergeist. She was in Dutch. She played the mom.
I've seen all of these movies.
Yes. She played the wife in Poltergeist. She was married to a guy who played Coach.
Yep.
She was in
Nelson.
Big Chill and Kramer versus Kramer.
Big Chill's underrated.
She is Jo Beth Williams, 75 years old. Yeah. This guy's a boxing promoter.
Don King.
I honestly thought he was dead. I had to look it up this morning.
Is Don King still alive?
Sure is. How was Don King today, Wes?
93.
Nope.
94.
Nope.
92.
Bingo bango.
Yes. On the board.
This former NFL football player and college
Michael
star,
Vick.
this former Heisman Trophy winner,
Tim Tebow,
was recently chronicled in a documentary.
Johnny Manziel.
That's correct, sir. How old?
Johnny Manziel is 32.
Jonathan Football. How old is he, Coach?
33.
31.
Bingo bango.
God,
you wanted
almost
to say
went there.
It was literally on your lips.
I was doing the math. It was 2012 Heisman.
This
right?
director is the director of This Is 40. His wife is an actress. His
Apatow.
daughters are actresses.
Judd
It's
Apatow.
Judd Apatow. How
Judd.
old is he, Coach?
54.
No.
56.
Yes, he is, Wes. You're on fire today.
I don't know who he is.
This NBA basketball player
That's it, even.
took 2 steps, went one end of the court to the other.
Giannis.
Giannis.
Did y'all watch that video?
I did. That was incredible.
Was that a trap?
Yes, it
No, it
was.
wasn't.
Oh my
It wasn't a
gosh!
travel.
Put the video up. Ask is this a great athletic feat or a travel? Put it up on. I want to see what the listeners think.
I can tell you. Just look at the video and look at all the comments.
Well, the comments aren't right.
Christian, would you
It's
please
not a
make that?
travel.
It is a travel. He
No.
took 3 steps before he did the one little baby dribble
Yeah.
at the top of the key. Before the ball hit the ground, his foot hit the ground 1, 2, 3 times before the ball hit the
Did
ground
he do
again.
a push dribble? Did he push the ball out?
Christian, I would like for you to put the video on Twitter and ask it as a second question.
And I'm not
today.
mad at him. Let him do it. I don't care if they pick it up and carry it like a football. I'm just saying,
How
there's
old is
no
he?
way that's legal.
How old? Well, it was legal. They didn't call it. It's not a foul if you get
But
away.
that doesn't mean it's,
Okay,
that
good
doesn't
point.
mean it's legal.
Fair point. Fair point. How
You
old
do,
is he?
you do things illegally all the time that are illegal.
That's true, but nobody sees it or
I
gets.
know, but it's illegal.
It's none of their business.
Giannis? How old is Giannis? Whose
Yeah,
guess is it?
Wes.
What?
He is.
Take your time back there. You're gonna get your chance.
He's going to win.
No,
Maybe.
I know. I got to get it, or he's going to get
Yeah,
it.
he's going to get it.
It doesn't matter. You're killing everybody. Hurry up.
29.
Hustle. Yes,
Yeah, he's
bingo
20.
bango.
I was
That's
thinking
right.
29 or
Wow,
29.
Wes is running away
that's enough.
with it.
Yeah.
I tied Christian for second. Woo!
We got to go. Larry Betz is here. We're talking youth home. Got a What the Hell segment, Coach. Don't ask me to rate it yet. I'll have to think about it.
I hate it when you don't rate it.
Okay, I'll give you a tease.
Give me a T. I love it.
Man arrested for quitting job in the middle of transporting inmates. I got a
That's
guy who got shot in the face for doing something pretty innocuous. I got a man trying to collect 1 million copies of a movie on VHS.
That was his goal?
And a sex ed teacher fired for a weird reason. Not bad.
No, I like it so far.
Okay, I'll tell you about it.
Long, and I like that there's not a lot of butts in there. You get on these binges.
Yeah, 0 butts.
Good.
Butt free.
Great time to go to Gwatney Chevrolet.
Like an empty cigarette tray. No butts.
Awesome deals right now. Go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. Take a look at all the inventory and all the specials. How about no payments for 4 months? Save that money for Christmas. Don't pay on a car note this month or the next month. Help pay off some of those Christmas bills. Got great inventory right now. And a lot of previously owned vehicles because they killed it on Black Friday. A lot of trade-ins. So now they're getting rid of those trade-ins, and you're getting great deals on the trade-ins. And you're still going to get a great deal when you trade in your car. It's a win-win situation at Gwatney Chevrolet. End of the year, they're trying to get rid of all these vehicles. Still some 2023s out there, making way for the 2024s. They got some 2024s out there. They got a little bit of everything. So go to the website, see the inventory, then head on out to the Gregory Street in Jacksonville and see our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Stay up to date with the latest Razorback news with the Red White Report every weekday with Justin and Wes on The Zone. Brought to you by Big O Tires with locations in Cabot and Conway.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas running back Rocket Sanders is entering the transfer portal after 3 seasons. Sanders' sophomore season, he had 1,433 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns, as well as 271 receiving yards and 2 touchdown receptions. His junior season was marred by injury issues and inconsistent offensive play. He's the second running back to hit the portal so far, as A.J. Green entered on Monday. And cornerback Dwight McGlothern has accepted an invite to the 2024 East-West Shrine Bowl. It is not necessarily an announcement that he won't be back next year, but it is likely that he will enter his name into the 2024 NFL Draft. He finished the 2023 season starting just 6 of 9 games he appeared in, recording 3 interceptions and forcing 1 fumble. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
I'm talking about Elias Mexican Grill. Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. The Keith Special, a Mexican hibachi dish with fresh steak, chicken, or shrimp. Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays, and they're only $1.99 at Elias, and now they're serving homemade tortillas. Fresh pies for dessert along with soft serve ice cream. Elias Mexican Grill, award-winning Mexican food with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. You take exit 108 to Elias Mexican Grill in Morrilton.
When you get on a bike, you got to watch out for gravel, potholes, and knucklehead drivers.
But after a crash, here's what you got to watch out for. Insurance adjusters. They can be tough on injured bikers.
They might try to pin the blame on you or pay you less than you deserve.
So if you've been injured, here's what you should do.
Call the lawyers who look out for bikers. That's Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Motorcycle crash? Call Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. Non-lawyer spokesman.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
Rock out with the only American-style sushi experience founded on great food and rock and roll.
Rock and roll sushi.
Rock and roll sushi. Deliciously twisted flavors and a rock and roll vibe that'll blow your mind. Cater your next event, lunch, or dinner. Get the party started. 80 to 240 pieces of sushi platter.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll sushi for lunch or dinner. Order at rockandrollsushi.com.
With 4 locations to choose from in Benton, Conway, and 2 in Little Rock.
You never know what's going to happen in the zone.
It's a big week and the Tide are going down. Are you ready, Eddie, or not? Let's freaking go!
Well, he's not the brightest tool in the shed. Or the sharpest.
Let's see what the guys are up to today.
She dashed by me in painted on jeans. And all had turned cause she was the cream. In the blink of an eye, I knew her number and her name. Yeah. She said I was the tiger she wanted to tame.
A lot of traveling going on during the holidays. You need to make sure you have good tires. Big O Tires will take care of you. Great selection of tires, all the name brand tires, plus they have the Big O Tire. And they do more than just tires. They have mechanics on hand that will work on your vehicle, make sure you're running as smooth as possible for all your wherever you're going over the holidays. They always have deals. Go to BigOTires.com/deals to see the monthly deals. Save you a little money right there. Big O Tires, Cabot and Conway. They're on Hark Rider and Cabot. It's Prospect Court right in front of Kroger. Go see our friends at Big O Tires, the team we trust.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Whether or not it looks like Christmas,
Everywhere you go.
let's say the 6th.
Take a look and find
6 and 19 is 25, yeah?
Yep.
19 days away from Christmas. And our job is to make it great for the people at Youth Home.
Absolutely. You guys do a wonderful job every year.
Thank you, Larry. Larry's here. And Maureen.
And Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
Hi.
How are you?
Having us.
It's good to have you all. Looking forward to tomorrow night. It's at The Busker. It is the artist formerly known as South on Main.
Formerly known as Juanita's.
Formerly known as, I can't go back beyond that. Anyway, tomorrow night's going to be a blast, and we do have a few local celebs who are going to be participating, and some of our staff members will be participating too.
Yeah, we were curious if you guys counted yourselves among the celebrities.
I do not.
Okay, good.
I don't speak for Roger, David, or Wes.
Oh, Roger legitimately is a celebrity.
Christian, I don't know if he's a celebrity, but he is a very good
Definitely
singer.
not.
Very good singer.
Definitely.
John Neighbors is kind of a combo of singer / celebrity / great self-promoter.
Yep.
Anyway, it's all for a good cause. We have a $10 recommended donation. It's not required at gunpoint or anything, But, it's for the kids. It's for the kids.
Yeah, tomorrow night at the Busker, we'll be doing the Christmas karaoke. A $10 suggested donation at the door to get you in. But, if you want to come in and just add to the cheer, participate, maybe bid on some of the silent auction or live auction items we have, you can still help out. And we'll be passing the stocking around throughout the evening, and people can stuff the cash into the stocking. All that goes to help the kids at Youth Home for the holidays.
I like that. In addition to that, we are doing a silent auction. This is the first time we've done this?
Yeah, it's the first time we've done it with this event, yeah. And Maureen can talk about some of the great items that your team has put together for that.
Okay. I think we're not done yet either. We may have a few additional items that come in at the 11th hour, as they say.
The 11th hour. That works for us. Yeah, so we know for sure that we have 2 tickets to Frankie Valley, which is on January 27th at Simmons. 2 tickets to ZZ Top and Leonard Skinner. Those I was looking at ticket prices. Those are going pretty great. And 2 tickets to Lainey Wilson in November at Simmons as well.
Do you have 2 tickets to Paradise by chance?
Yes.
Okay.
We do. We have a spa package, which will be Paradise. So
oh, really?
For someone. Yeah, we do, actually.
Ava Bella, yeah.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Dee Dee just had a birthday. I forgot to text her on her birthday. I like to look at people's birthdays in the mornings, and then I forgot to text her because I was out of town.
That happens a lot.
It does.
And this year we also have a live auction item as well, something really special.
Do you want to talk about that one?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll be doing a live auction, and the winning bidder gets to hang out in the studio during a show, eat Corkies, and get a VIP behind-the-scenes peek.
Which show?
The morning show.
That's a winning thing?
Yeah, huh? Someone might want free barbecue at least.
Wow, let's hope we have a lot of delusional listeners at the
barbecue at 8 o'clock in the morning and listening to those guys.
Yeah. You know what? Sold them on the Corkies.
Yeah.
Good move.
Yeah, day-old Corkies from the night before.
Well, if you often wonder, like when the video is going and the audio is off, what happens in the breaks? That's really the most intriguing part of the show. Larry, you can attest to
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
You've been listening to this show for a long time.
Yeah, just the personalities that you guys demonstrate on the air. It's artificial and a facade, and when you really see you guys just power down during the commercial breaks, it's fascinating how you guys can turn it on like a switch when you're on the air.
These guys are real buttholes off the air. You should hear them. Truer words were never spoken, sir. He knows us. How are things at Youth Home right now?
It's a busy time of year. The holidays are fun for us. We have great support throughout the community, buying items for our kids so that Christmas morning when they wake up with us, they'll have tons of presents to unwrap. We have an Amazon wish list. If anyone wants to go to youthhome.org, you can go to the wish list there and just click and buy, and they'll send it directly to us. And we'll get all that stuff divvied out and make sure our kids get what they want.
Like what kinds of things on there? Give me kind of a price range and an idea of what we're looking at.
Oh, the prices are all over the place, from lip gloss for the girls up to shoes for the bigger kids as well. So they're asking for lots of board games. They're asking for gift cards as well. So when we take them out on outings, puzzles, just kind of everything.
Remote control vehicles.
Yeah, a lot of remote control cars.
Drone? Remember one drone?
No drones.
Well, basically,
they might want a drone, but no drones.
Yeah, anything that your teens at home would want, our kids want the same way. So, really, it's anything that we can kind of demonstrate to them that people in the community care about them, but also they can have some fun. They can kind of take a break from their day-to-day. The holidays are a fun time on our campus. We have so many activities planned and outings. The rec department's working hard. Our kitchen team has put together a ton of special menus and things. So, we work really hard to make sure Christmas is just phenomenal for those kids that are going to wake up with us.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a magical time of year.
Have you ever sang?
Absolutely not, no.
I think this should be the year.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Larry, here's the thing. We've done so much for Youth Home over the years, and I don't want any thanks or gratitude, but I think you should get up there and embarrass yourself with me.
With you.
Tomorrow night.
Chuck Berry's My Ding-a-Ling.
Fine. In. Sold American. I think, Christian, that's more his speed, but that's fine.
I was thinking you could do like Islands in the Stream. One of you could be Dolly. And
yeah.
One of you could be Kenny.
Roger and I did Daytime Friends one time. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Afternoon Delight.
Oh, that's a good one, too. We did that one year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the whole thing. We had the whole gangs dressed up from the Ron Burgundy thing. What's that movie called?
Anchorman.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, Jason Peterson served as our Ron Burgundy, and he was
of course.
Good. Yeah,
of course.
he's really good.
That's fitting.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's talked to JP. I hope he's coming.
It's an open invite, right? He gets.
He is the gold standard.
Yeah. Oh well, last year the winner of the karaoke contest was one of our clinicians, one of our therapists from Youth Home. She got up there and really killed it.
Who's that?
Deirdre.
What did she sing? Do you remember?
I do not remember, but I remember she had the whole audience going, and it was pretty cool. So it was nice to see a lot of our team members come out, and I mean, this is kind of a fun event for them to come out to and just let their hair down. I think our clinical team's gonna get up and do a song together.
I like that.
And so it's just our way of giving back to all the Buzz listeners who have supported us so well over the years. It's just us, getting an opportunity to have some fun. And if you absolutely insist on me doing karaoke, I'll just punch you in the face.
Okay, I don't insist on anything.
That's wise.
It's what I would call a enthusiastic ask, Larry.
An enthusiastic what?
Ask.
Ask. I didn't hear that.
No, A-S-K.
K. Oh, yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you. But anyway, we'll work it out. Maybe get a couple bourbons deep and we change our mind. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe not.
I mean, hey, I'm actually game.
It's for the kids.
For the kids.
It's for the kids. It'll be one of the greatest nights of your life.
And if y'all go first, then you've already set the bar.
Can't go first. I'm gonna be a little bit on the back end of the schedule, but I will be there before we close her down. So you get good and lubricated, and I'll come in and by God, I'll help you out.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right, tomorrow night at the Busker, starting at 7, goes until 9. See you there. Aloha.
We really recommend people get there a little bit early so they can claim a table. Tables go quick.
Grab a bite to eat.
Also, you want to get a bite to eat,
Yeah.
and you want to go ahead and start looking through the catalog to pick your songs. So.
Obviously. Make sure your song's there. Wouldn't that be embarrassing if you try to show up and sing My Ding-a-Ling and the guy doesn't have it?
Yeah.
That would stink.
Or someone already chose it.
Yeah, that would be awful. You don't want to sing that again.
Yeah, you don't want to follow someone who sung.
Who wants to be second Ding-a-Ling?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously. All right, we'll see you over there tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Youthhome.org.
Yep.
To jump on the train for the Amazon gift wish list. Pretty cool stuff. My wish is to go to Oaklawn soon, and luckily we're going Friday. The live race meet is back on Friday. Restaurant reservations and seat ticket sales are open and available for the carousel and the post parade. Grandstand season seats package pre-sale. I guess that's already been done. But anyway, it's available if you want to jump on. I guess it's still pre-sale because they haven't actually started the season yet. They've also got grandstand seats available to purchase. And we are looking forward to seeing everybody down at the races soon. Brett Michaels is coming December 30th. Oh, yeah, that's right. Every rose has its thorn. Maybe we could do that one. On our Brett Michaels coming back. Rocket Man Show, that is January 1. And Sawyer Brown's coming January 20th. Oaklawn.com for information there. Mainline Sports Bar, the greatest place to watch bowl games, NFL games, and college and pro basketball as well. Christian's been really dialed in on the NBA tournament. And you can watch it in the Mainline Sports Bar. Of course, you can bet on it in the Sportsbook or oaklawnsports.com or on the app.
We had a question online. Is there somewhere to go in advance, pay a donation to you guys?
Website again, youthhome.org, and there's a button that says Give Today, and you can just click right there and donate online. Super easy.
But come out tomorrow. You might as well, come out and have some fun tomorrow night.
Yeah, and we'll be taking credit cards. We'll have QR codes so people can donate. If you want to come out and bid on any of the silent or live auction items, cash, check, credit card, just come on out and have a good time. And, even if you bid on some items to help get those prices up, you're helping Youth Home because that helps us raise money.
I'm in. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
12:50. We'll see you on the other side. We'll check in with James out at Guatney, and we will have a quick What the Hell segment and see what the guys on Out of Bounds are up to today.
When I get lonely, I do. Your memory gets to burning. Lean back on a burden.
1037 The Buzz presents the Dodgeball Santa Tournament, Sunday, December 10th at the Woodrock Tech Park on Main Street. This festive dodgeball tournament features teams in their favorite holiday costumes competing for the coveted giant wrench. Teams are limited, so go get your team together and get registered today. The 2023 Dodgeball Santa Tournament, presented by 1037 The Buzz, benefits Ronald McDonald House Charities of Arkansas and North Louisiana. Get more info at dodgeballsanta.com. Special thanks to Rock City Tees.
The season of giving is here. Luckily, Santa has a new tool this year. From John Deere apparel, toys, tools, and more. GoGreenway.com has something green for everyone under the tree. No sled needed. Our elves will ship these gifts directly to your door. Cross off your Christmas list today at GoGreenway.com. Greenway Equipment wishes you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See shelter agent Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff, Grant Westmoreland in Sheridan, or Sam Eklund in Star City.
Hey y'all, this is Brandy
and Leah
from Frontier Diner,
home of real country cooking. We have the best breakfast around.
Check out our Facebook page for our daily lunch specials such as meatloaf, beef tips, and chicken dressing.
Don't forget our Chase burgers and sweet tea,
sandwiches and salads,
homemade desserts made fresh every day.
Open for breakfast and lunch Monday through Saturday. Come see us at Frontier Diner in Little Rock. Take the baseline exit off of I-30 across the interstate from Home Depot,
where you come as guest and leave as family.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
For me, the sun rises and sets with
The Zone.
Yeah.
We know how you feel. Don't worry. The Zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio is back.
All right, let's check in with James quick out at Gwatney Chevrolet. John Neighbors is here as well. Talk about what's up on Out of Bounds. James, what's happening?
Hey, how we doing today?
Buddy, no complaints. No complaints today. What's going on with you?
Oh, man, just enjoying the sunshine, watching people drive in and looking at vehicles. It's always a beautiful sight to me. That's one of the best things I can see is seeing people walk around the lot looking at cars.
I'm assuming on Black Friday y'all did a big business, which means a lot of pre-owned vehicles on trade. So you've been touting that you have a lot of those. I'm sure you probably got a few more during the holiday.
We did, yeah. We traded for a bunch of them Black Friday, that whole weekend, actually. But we're still out there trying to buy cars as well. So if you've got a car you want to get rid of, maybe an extra car, maybe one you just want to take advantage of the market, because that's what a lot of people are doing. They're seeing a chance to really take advantage of the market being so high. Let's take advantage of us because we're ready to buy it. We're ready to give more than any other dealer out there. We need inventory. We're going through used cars at a fast clip. And so we appreciate everybody coming shopping with us. But we want your car. And we have traded for a lot of them, Justin. We've got, we've probably got up to 150 available now, and they're coming in every day. So if you're looking for a good pre-owned car, we've got them starting as low as $6,000-$7,000 as well. So if you want a really inexpensive payment, we can match that for you too.
I like that. All we have to do is show up.
Just show up, and we'll take over from there. We'll get you a cold drink and let you ride around in the golf cart and make it a fun experience. And I think that's what separates us from a lot of other dealerships. You are going to have fun when you shop at Gwatney Chevrolet. We'll make sure of that. We'll make sure you have a good time and treat you right.
They say 90% of life is just showing up, and certainly 90% of buying a great vehicle is just picking the right dealership. So Gwatney Chevrolet is the one. Go see them. It's in Jacksonville. It's the Gregory Street exit, and James and the folks over there clearly are ready to rock and roll and make you a deal. James, I appreciate you. We will check in tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thank you, Justin.
All right, buddy. Thank you, James. Coach Kelley, I'm sorry to disappoint you. We'll have to push what the hell to tomorrow because, well, we're tight on time, and I'm not about to give John 30 seconds. I won't do it. I've never done it before, and I won't do it today.
I know. It's almost like, Festivus Miracle, that you
really
have given me 30 seconds.
A little bit early.
So, yeah.
A little bit early. We've been talking a lot about SEC games. Any game that intrigues you the most outside of the playoff game?
I mean, any time that you have, like, some of the bowl games, you're just going to have to know who the roster is going to be. And I think that's a big part of it. But, I mean, I still think Georgia and Florida State could be intriguing, just because it's like, imagine if Florida State, wins, and then Alabama gets beat against Michigan, and then that just revs up the whole thing once again.
Who are you picking?
For the playoff?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's actually going to be Texas and Alabama rematch.
That would be actually pretty cool.
And I think Alabama's going to win. because I think it's going to be, and I think Nick Saban's going to retire.
Oh, I hope that's true.
I'm going for the whole prediction because it's going to be the season, and it's been so long since they've won a national title, and they start the season, get beat by Texas at home. Everyone's like, they're washed, they're crap, barely skate by a lot of these games. Mm-hmm. We need a miracle against Auburn to win the SEC title, get in the playoffs by the skin of their teeth, almost screw over another team and doing it with Florida State. And then win a national championship. It's kind of like, I'm done.
Probably haven't talked about it enough, and I'm not saying Texas is back. Is Texas back? Well, you're in the playoff, and they're coming to the SEC. Yeah, it's a huge, huge step forward for Sark, and we have not probably talked about that enough, mostly because of our hatred for Texas. Mm-hmm. What are y'all doing today?
Well, today, Pat Bradley is going to be joining us, and I don't know, maybe we'll keep him a little bit longer what you guys did today, but we'll try. Yeah, we'll try to. So he's going to be joining us thanks to Motorsports Authority. We're also going to have Michael Bratton of that SEC podcast. We'll talk about those games. And also, I don't know if you guys heard it, but Matt Moscona had a great rant.
I watched about half of this morning.
Yeah, we're going to play a little bit of that because I feel like that was really resonant for a lot of people and said a lot of what people have been thinking for a very long time. So we'll play a little bit of that too and look ahead to some of the great games that are going to be happening in college football. And also, there's going to be a big portal name happening today for Arkansas during my show. So there's your tease. Better be listening.
Fine. Stick tuned for Out of Bounds. We're back in the studio tomorrow. And we look forward to having you with us then. Adios, amigos.
This is Pat Bradley, and I'll be on Morning Mayhem Weekly thanks to Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Alcoa is now serving residents in Saline, Grant, Garland, Hot Spring, and Perry counties, and recently opened up a new branch in Sheridan. Apply for your next loan at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics says